Yo, yo, yo. What is good, y'all? What's up, Percolator 9000? First one here, all right. What's up, Smiles? Smiles says she's here so she don't get fined. I feel you, I feel you. Hope y'all having a fine Monday morning. Hope y'all are enjoying your day. Dayron Colin, what's good? What's good? Uh I think that's Michael. Michael Brown. Michael Brown said looking forward to the Halo multiplayer. Me too. I uh I want to see something that is not in-engine gameplay. I want to see in-game gameplay. I want to see gameplay that's actually running on hardware. That's what I'm looking forward to. Hope y'all looking forward to the same thing. About to have a good show regardless. What the way I got this pictured in my mind is and right now what's playing is just some Halo multiplayer, Halo Master Chief Collection multiplayer. I played a couple days ago, sometime last week. But my intentions right now is that we'll go live at 11 with the Halo stuff from the Halo stuff from 343. Shout out to God Zealot. Hey, it's Spartan backslap in the house. What's up? Appreciate you for the $2 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Dayron says, all I've seen today has been tears of sadness from Sony players due to Kojima sharing a picture of Starfield. Really? Kojima did that? That's what's up. Look, you know, like y'all gotta understand that this console war stuff does not extend beyond just like a minority of gamers in the gaming community. Like people don't really care about that in the industry. They want to see each other succeed. And more than likely Kojima is hyped for Starfield the way a lot of Xbox gamers are hyped for Starfield. Now me personally, we're gonna get into that a little bit later. That's what I was gonna talk about. Is if once I'm able to get Game and Forte in here. He's got to pick up his daughter, so maybe he can join us once he's done with that. If he's not able to, regardless, once the Halo multiplayer stream is over, I'm gonna get into my thoughts on the Xbox conference and the games, various games that I saw and why I gave it the grade that I gave it. But I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to see today. Hopefully, it's going to be hopefully this multiplayer looks as good as advertised yesterday. So we're gonna see what's up. Michael says Herman Holtz congratulated Phil too, and yeah, and he said it makes sense. Like Phil Spencer congratulated Insomniac Games on the great launch of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, because it's probably the best looking game that's out right now. The game's good. It's a lot of fun. I've played a little bit of it. I need to finish it. I just never seem to have time. Spouse says red versus blue stream gotta make a comeback. Yes. Our Vogue 100 in-game gameplay. Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. In-game gameplay, in-engine stuff. Look, here's the difference. This is something that I tried to explain to the homie Forte yesterday. Is that the difference between? Oh, my bad, Rodimus. I didn't know. My bad, man. I'm seeing things. I'm looking at different stuff. I'm trying to get everything together. I apologize, bro. Um, the difference between in-game gameplay and in-engine gameplay is that in-engine gameplay you don't know what it's running on, and so they can do a lot of different things. And you saw the way they did the reveal was that they had the camera disconnected, kind of floating around. So like, yeah, it could have been Halo staff playing the game. Yet at the same time, the problem is that you don't know what it's running on. You don't know if it's running on like a super high end PC, or you don't know if it's running on the Xbox Series X. And I kind of feel like it probably wasn't running on the Xbox Series X, because if it was, they definitely would have said so. Like at the times when they showed gameplay or show games during the show yesterday, and it said running on the Xbox Series X. They told you before it came out that it was running on the Series X. So they wanted you to know that this is what the game's looking like. And when you do in-engine, like the way and it doesn't matter if it's multiplayer or if it's a cutscene, anything that shows in-engine footage is typically running on like a high-end PC. So that's like what you want it to look like, and that's the goal. I'm pretty sure 343 wants the game to end up looking like, and that's what I'm hoping it does look like. That's what we'll be looking forward to, right? Michael says Halo was first person, so those campaign cinematics in third person wasn't in game. Exactly. Rodimus says, did you see that new Starfield trailer that came out? There's a new trailer that came out today? No, I didn't see that. Okay, now my mind is blown. Like they showed like less than a minute, or if anything, a minute of a trailer yesterday. I think if you got more stuff to show, they would like, why did I show that during the show? That's wild. I haven't seen that, Rodimus. How does it look? You let me know. I would love to check that out, honestly. Let's see. Let me check where we're at with. It's 10:52, so we got about 8 minutes. 8 minutes to go. How did you guys like the 46 minutes ago? You see, you DM'd it to me. Okay, let's see here. Oh yes, people have tagged me in it. Oh, it's just on Twitter. Okay. This is 2 minutes long? Hold up. Let me do this. Let me try to get that into. Okay. So I'm going to stop this. Okay, here we go.
To the sky, we wonder if we're alone.
Okay, here we go. Can you guys hear this? Let me know if you can hear it.
At Bethesda Game Studios, we love to create experiences that, through art and technology, transport you. We've brought that to many worlds, but never to what's above us. When we look to the sky, we wonder if we're alone. What's out there?
Bet.
What our future holds. In some ways, since every element in each of us is from the stars, we want to return. Starfield is our first new universe in over 25 years. It's a game we've dreamt of playing. And it's only now that we have the hardware, the technology, and the experience to push our creative boundaries even further. In it, we invite you to join Constellation, the last group of space explorers. It's a next-generation role-playing game where you'll be who you want, go where you want, experience our stories, and forge your own. More than that, Starfield's about hope, our shared humanity, and searching for the answers to life's greatest mystery. We have a lot to share. For the first time, we'll provide an inside look at the inspiration and process behind Starfield. We hope you'll join Constellation and go with us on the journey as we craft our next epic.
Okay, so I understand why they didn't show that during the show. And here's the reason why. Because they didn't really show a lot of stuff. And that's something that in the past has been criticized. Not just Xbox has been criticized, but other publishers have been criticized for doing that, which is just talking about the game and showing developers working on the game. That's stuff that I love, that I'm super interested in, but not a lot of other people are. And so it makes sense to me that they wouldn't show that during the show, but instead do it in a tweet afterwards, because what it does is just giving you more information for those who are super interested in the game developer side of things, those who are interested in the ins and outs and the super hardcore like that. They'll love to see that. So yeah, I can see why they just did the typical trailer where it's in engine CG trailer, no gameplay. If you don't have gameplay to show yet, I mean, I would have preferred to see gameplay. And that's what I kind of expected from Bethesda, considering whenever Bethesda Game Studios shows a new game, they usually show gameplay with that game as well. And them not doing that's a little change of pace, but then typically also when they do that, the game is coming out within a few months. So if it's not ready, it's not ready. I get it. But, you know, did we need to see Starfield? Considering this is a really good show. I thought it was a really good show without the Starfield gameplay. So did we really need to see Starfield? You know, I don't know if that was really, really necessary. So either way, I'm about to switch over to the Halo thing. Y'all give me 1 second, because I got my kids here looking at me and something probably went wrong. So hold on. All right, I'm back. All right, let me check in on where their Halo stream is. We got 2 minutes to go. All right, we got 2 minutes. Philly says, Philly, you said you really enjoyed the stream yesterday? So he says, show was excellent yesterday. I'm glad they put that separately. I like that kind of stuff, but not E3. Right, that's how I feel. I like that stuff, but I like that stuff. I know I'm like probably in like the 5% of people who would be watching that who really cares to see something like that. So yeah, show that on the tweet. Don't show that during the show, because the vast majority of people who are watching don't want to see that kind of stuff. And I think maybe the influence that Bethesda has with them being part of the creator process and doing part of the show really kind of helped them focus in, because I think the pacing for that show yesterday, best pacing they've ever had for any show. What's up, Link? How's it going, man? Smile says, I enjoyed the Xbox show along with the indie section. Hey, look, I'm gonna get into that later. There's a lot of indie games that I really enjoyed. And you guys know I love indie games, so that's always gonna be something I'm gonna be definitely into. Let me check in with this, because they got beginning shortly, so I'm gonna switch over to, where is it? Right there. All right, I'll blow this up to full screen once I can, once they get things started. So do you, Aradman says, so do you think Xbox is going to show, with their extended show on Thursday? I think their extended show on Thursday, and this goes to, again, smart thinking and smart pacing on the E3 show. All the stuff that they normally put in the show that people are falling asleep on is what I think is going to be in the Thursday show. Like that, it's going to be a bunch of stuff that is... Okay, we got the, oh man. We got the countdown to a countdown. Okay. Is that a little too loud? Maybe it's a little too loud to me in my headphones. I'm gonna turn my headphone down. but that shouldn't be too loud for you guys, hopefully. No, it's all good, Robins. I think there's going to be a lot of interviews. I saw something about interviews, so we're going to see. There's going to be great information for us content creators, for us to make content off of. You know, like if Todd Howard starts talking about what their performance benchmarks are, or where they want the performance to be. It is loud? Okay. Let me turn it down a little bit. Alright. I think that there'll be a lot of stuff that's great for content creators to consume and to make content off of and things like that. But as far as everyone else, I think it's not gonna be like them showing games. They may show some concept art stuff and kind of very similar to what we saw with the Starfield trailer that they released today. But it's not going to be like some hard-hitting, amazing stuff that you think should have been in the show. I don't think anything that they show is going to be something that you felt like should have been in the show. So it'll be good tonight. Hey, no problem. I'm here to make sure that your eardrums aren't destroyed. That's what I'm here for. Alright, let's get into it. Please hit the like button if you can. I appreciate that. I really would.
Just the feeling of like being in a firefight and hearing the click of the gun, throwing it down, grabbing one off the wall.
So my gunner's upside down and he's like laying in. I see kill assist.
Any pistol across any of the games. Whatever gun allows me to feel the most like John Wick, I am there.
I remember how excited I was with like this big combat with vehicles going all over the place.
Halo means something different for everyone, right? I think that's what makes Halo great.
What is Halo multiplayer? And for me, it boils down to this tight arena-style combat and big team battle, this wide open, vehicle-infused kind of combat. We're taking that awesome legacy or classic Halo combat experience and modernizing it in ways that'll feel fresh to old players and really exciting to new players. We're going to give you great ways to customize your Spartan, really make your super soldier your own, and we're kicking off a journey, an experience that's going to evolve month to month, season to season, year after year.
For me, working through this multiplayer of this game, and the toughest challenge I think was really about how do we respect the legacy of what came before us, but still build something that feels new.
We've tried to bring all these elements of legacy and really inject them into Halo Infinite, not just like in a way where you kind of won't notice it, where you feel like, oh, they really designed this to be a celebration of previous Halo, as well as an iteration of where Halo can go next.
That's the balance that's really hard to strike between respecting what has already been done so that
Vision
people
of
feel
Arena
like
was
it is
all
Halo
about a tight
without
experience. It was all about
it
being
stale.
fair. It was all about earning everything on the map, earning everything, every kill you get.
Going back to like what is the core foundation of what made the great Halo multiplayer arena matches great. Halo, it's really about fair and balanced starts, so everybody's on equal footing when they come off the rip. Mm-hmm. And then once they start running around, it's about scavenging, it's about finding new toys and kind of developing your playstyle as you run through the match.
What makes Halo feel like Halo? I feel like the answer to that question is the sandbox. Like, the sandbox is Halo.
When we set out to look at Halo Infinite from a high level and the direction of what it is, there's lots of exciting things there because we really wanted to push what are the things that are true to Halo, but what are the things that fans haven't seen yet.
Equipment is back, but equipment is kind of has a bigger voice than ever before. We ask questions to ourselves of if you could go after a power weapon to get a bunch of kills, would you do that, or could you go and get grapple to make sure that you swing yourself to the other side of a map to back cap a stronghold? we saw it as like another avenue of not just skill
that
expression, but
grappling hook is
tactics for
gonna
teams
be
to coordinate
really,
around.
really
the exciting
influential
combinatory
in
nature
multiplayer
of
for Halo.
this toy plus this toy and how those interact with objectives is
I mean, you
super
think about
amazing.
you can
Looking
grapple
at how the
weapons
power-ups
to
play,
you.
like your classic
So
power-ups,
instead
like
of
the
you
overshield,
trying
the
to
active
like
camouflage.
get
For
to a
this title,
weapon
what
before
we're
someone
looking at,
else,
what we're
like
excited
people are gonna
for,
start
you pick that
grappling
up,
those
and
weapons
you
away
choose when
before
you
someone
activate
can
it. It
grab
goes
it.
into your inventory. If you haven't used it,
Grappling
and someone
to
kills
get
you in
closer to
multiplayer,
an
you
enemy.
drop that overshield, and then they could take it, use it for themselves. That to me is very
Especially enemies that
legacy,
don't know
but we
that
took
you're
the
coming.
equipment side of it and modernized it.
That
When it comes to the
that's gonna be
vehicles,
pretty
we went
interesting.
in and decided to invest a lot in the systems. When I take damage in my Warthog, my wheels can get blown off, my hood can get blown off. There's different aspects of the vehicle that change how my vehicle handles now. And that's something that's brand new.
Another thing we added to that is like this doomsday mechanic. So when you hit this threshold, the vehicle catches fire, and it's very much you've got a certain amount of health or a certain amount of time, and you got to choose what you want to do with the last minutes of this vehicle.
We've got a cousin to the Warthog, which is the Razorback.
The back has this like multi-storage compartment that you can put a lot of stuff into. So if you want to put like detached turrets, power weapons, fusion coils, objectives, and that is what's really making the Razorback kick a lot of butt in MP and campaign.
The levels define pace for the game, how frantic it is, and they define that iconic fantasy for players as they're entering that match. What do they want to do? What type of experience are they hoping to have? What kind of combat, what kind of dance floor is there available to have that combat in?
For me, BTV is all about experiencing the full extent of the sandbox of Halo in just one match, right? Like you see the vehicles, the weapons, the equipment.
We really wanted to take that kind of concept, those feels you had, playing the previous games, and just turn
47
the volume
says
up.
generic.
Vehicles
What's
are no
generic
longer just
about
spawning
this,
at
man?
bases anymore.
Let
We
me
have
know what you're
Pelicans delivering
thinking
them,
there.
and we have a commander in your ear
Everything's
telling
still
you
pre-release.
that
Well, Michael,
Pelicans are
it is.
dropping
It
off
ain't
these
out yet,
vehicles.
so yeah. I mean, it makes
We
sense
have
they're putting
Halo
that in
2
there for.
style Delta Halo
Say, for
mission
example,
weapon pods
later
that fall from the
on,
sky
let's say
to
around
resupply the
October,
field.
if someone is
That's
looking
where
at this
it makes it
footage,
feel like
or
a real battlefield,
even
right?
right
And it's
around
very
launch,
exciting.
This
the
is
game's
not
going to
just
continue to
more
look,
players. This is
hopefully
just
more
a
and more like it's
certain
ready to
beautiful
go. They
slice
put
of sci-fi
pre-release there
chaos.
so that you know this isn't like post-launch content that you're looking at.
The announcer is your big gameplay moments, your game modes, just like the way it was before. Personal AI is really a reflection and information for the player.
Personal AI. Designation button.
So if a player grabs a flag, your personal AI is going to tell you to, get that thing back to base and give you some like moment-to-moment updates.
Our team took the enemy flag.
What if we can let players choose their own AI, and each one of those are different voices, so that players can find the one that fits their personality and their mood the best?
They add to the sense of like me as a Spartan being more important, and for us in multiplayer it is really about becoming a Spartan.
I want a
You're
personal
Spartan.
AI
You are
that sounds
you
like
inside the
gaming
Halo
Forte,
universe.
and he says
body
all
of
the words
customization
incorrectly.
content that we have on day one ensures that there will be millions
That's what I'm looking
of
for.
customization combinations for
Put that in the
Spartans on
game.
the battlefield. That includes things like armor coatings, armor emblems, various armor effects, down to the individual armor pieces. So your shoulders, your gloves, your knee pads, your helmet, your visor, your helmet attachments. Then you look at weapons, and we've got a whole slew of customization offerings there. Vehicles have a huge pool of customizations too. We support customization in the game. Players can do the same thing on HaloWaypoint.com as well as the Halo Waypoint app.
The player also customizes the Spartan, the soldier inside the suit. We want the Spartan to represent the player as much as possible. They can change their body type and their voice, as well as choose prosthetics for the first time.
Coatings offer us a unique opportunity to craft some hyper-polished looks and let you express yourselves in ways you've never been able to before. So we're coming at this from a player-first mentality. So what that means is that there's no random loot in this. There's no loot boxes. It's very important to us that everyone understands exactly how they unlock customization content. And we have a variety of places where they can do that.
The way the
First off is the
gameplay's
Battle
looking.
Pass.
The Halo Battle Pass
Gregor
will
said, "I
never
heard
be
Forte
taken
slander
away
in
from
her
you. What I
eyes."
mean by that is once you buy it, it's yours and does not expire. In future seasons,
oh yeah,
you
it's
can
still not
purchase
running
old
in
battle
game
passes as well as the current
console.
battle pass and
But I
choose
do like
which
seeing
battle pass to
actual
put your progression towards.
gameplay
All of these
behind the
rewards are
like
single
with the
source,
hood
so
behind
you're never
you
gonna
know
be
first
confused
person
about where
view.
things come from.
That's
If you
why
can unlock
I
something in the
also
battle
wanted to
pass,
see
we're
that.
not
They
gonna
didn't
let
see
any other
much of
player
that
circumvent
yesterday,
that
so
by
at least they're
purchasing
showing
it
that
on the
today.
storefront.
But yeah,
A lot
none
of our
this
stuff is
like
unlocked
running on
through
console,
playing the
clearly.
game and only through playing the game. All customization is just cosmetic.
Every season will have its
Billy
own
Eagle
theme
says
and
that should be in the
introduce new
campaign, the ability to make
components,
your
new
own
looks,
Spartan.
new
Hey, look,
gameplay
if you
for
watch
players,
my
new opportunities to earn and
what
collect
Halo
cool
needs
rewards.
to do to meet
We've seen
expectations
the
video.
Samurai already. That's one of our
That's what I
event
said. I
armor
think they
cores.
need
And
to at
that's gonna be
this
something
point
that players
evolve
can earn through
beyond just the
gameplay
Master Chief,
for
not
free.
kill him like Enrique wants
With
to
us
do,
going
but
free to play
evolve
for the
past the
multiplayer part again,
Master
like, that
Chief
was a
to
big
start
goal because,
allowing
how do we
newer generations of
always bring
gamers to
players
feel
in, right? Like,
connected to
when we
this
have a new
character
update,
that was
they'll
created
just
for a
dip their toes in if
generation
they even just
before
wanna
they
see
were
it.
even.
Not only we
Some of them
free
weren't
to play,
even
but we're free
born,
to play
but
on
definitely weren't
PC
gamers.
as well as console. And what that means is we're able to get the biggest audience we've ever had. Everybody gets to play with no barriers. And even better, your progression carries from one platform to the next.
Getting our game to be on PC and console at the same time is an amazing chance for us to really just kind of excite new players about the game. How can we do things like make cross-play interesting, and like even in just customs, being able to just play with your friends. That like some people have PCs and some people have consoles, and like let them talk to each other, let them be friends.
Philly, you will find that I'm a Halo fan that is very forward thinking.
The Academy is a place that you
I'm
can go
very much
with an MP
wanting
to
Halo
kind of
to
onboard into the
evolve and have been
experience. It's
saying
great
that for years
newer
now.
players who are still
I
picking
still
up the
play it,
controls, and also
but
people
I
who
want to see it go
warm up
past
before they head into
just what it
matchmaking.
was
It's a
over a
series of
decade ago.
experiences, both a tutorial to get started for the first time, weapon drills to practice with specific items, and also training mode that you can use to just
firing
get
range?
warm, explore the game as you want to.
training
For players who are
range?
new to
Okay.
Halo, let's help them learn what this universe is about. Some of these characters, what are they about?
What's up,
And
Dre?
help them kind
Watson,
of
what's
know
good,
the
man? How's it going,
vocabulary
bro?
that people have been speaking for now almost 20 years, so that when they come in there, they don't feel like they're behind everyone else. They can kind of come in on an even footing.
I mean, I'm super jazzed about bots. I think they're awesome. Our goal with bots has been to have a variety of difficulties that kind of provide a good training partner for everyone.
Right, I want Halo CE Combat Evolved. I want Combat
Partnering
Evolved,
with our
Evolved,
players
Evolved.
on the road to launch.
What
and
up,
after
Stardust?
launch
How's
is
it going?
Absolutely critical,
And
right?
I mean, Halo's
after
always
his
been about the
passion,
community
what's up with the
conversation.
$5 super
We wanna
chat?
make sure
Says
we
good
hear our
morning, slow
players,
mo. What
make
is
changes
up?
where we can based on
Passion. I
that
hope you're
feedback.
having a good
Make sure
Monday
the game is
morning. I
ready
hope you
for
guys have
launch,
got your
and then
cup of
even
Joe.
beyond launch.
What
Join
I'm
this,
genuinely excited
this
about
deep
is
dive
taking
on
the
the
game out of our
multiplayer with
hands
me.
and putting it into the community's hands. You know, whether it's seeing what people make in Forge or the content that they're able to create with theater, watching streamers go after the game.
To get involved, you go to haloinsider.com, put in your info with your gamer tag, and we should be able to reach out to you if we want to invite you to a Halo Infinite flight.
We feel like we've got a pretty good selection at launch and what's going to be there for our fans. And this isn't going to be something that is just a static set of items.
What's up?
We have
Chilling,
some new
man,
stuff in the
relaxing
works
on my
already.
birthday. Had to come say
and
what up,
just
fam. But
can't
Dre, I
wait to
had no
really get
idea it
into
was your
that,
birthday.
as
Happy
soon as this game comes
birthday
out.
to Dre
Maps,
Watson.
new
Everybody
modes,
in the
new
chat.
ways to customize your
Let
Spartan.
Dre know.
Launch is just the beginning. Now we're just going to be
He's
able to talk,
he's having an
interact more
awesome day.
frequently.
Happy
And that's just gonna
birthday.
be
Hope
great.
your
That is the
hope your
future of
day
Halo
is
Infinite
everything that
multiplayer.
you want
Thank
it
you
to
to
be.
the community for all their feedback over the years so far, and I'm looking forward to the road to launch itself, and beyond.
I think this is it. All right. So that was
Play
it.
day one with Xbox Game Pass.
I like what I saw. I look at Forte in the chat talking about look at this gameplay, but he not here with me discussing this. You know, it's crazy. But look, hey Forte, that's exactly what I said I wanted. That's what I said I wanted. I wanted to see the actual like in the hood kind of gameplay. That's what I was looking for, and that's I'm glad they're providing that for us. I do want to, what I said I was going to do. Well, first I'll get into how I feel about what I saw, and what I saw was, again, that still looked a lot like in-engine and not in-game, so it's not stuff that's actually gameplay running on like an Xbox Series X, but it's probably just in-engine running on a high-performance PC, which is fine for now. I would have preferred to see more like gameplay actually running on a console. They haven't shown any of that quite yet, but they're going to need to make sure that they show that before this game comes out. That's a guarantee. They got to do that. Yes, Michael, the equipment, you did not see that yesterday, Forte. You didn't see what we just saw yesterday. Stop it. Michael says that equipment retrieval looks interesting. I do think that's a game changer for the meta and how Halo, I said meta when really, like, there's no real meta because there's no builds if you think about it. So meta is the wrong word, but that's a game changer for Halo multiplayer gameplay. Being able to use the grappling hook to, like you're watching me play this right now on Master Chief Collection, and there are, say, for example, up near the center at the top is, I think, a rocket launcher. I think that's what a rocket launcher is. And I think in one of the little cubby holes up higher is the sniper rifle. When you have that grappling hook, you can actually, instead of trying to get to that location and getting fired on by people who could be camping out or looking at that location, trying to make sure no one gets that weapon, or someone who might be closer to it than you may be able to grapple that weapon to you and then be able to take that weapon away from the enemy team, or whether you're doing rumble pit and you're just playing against other people. But regardless, that can be a way to have an advantage. Well, if you can do it before someone else, because everyone's going to have the same grappling hook anyway. No, Forte, it doesn't look just like it did yesterday, because you weren't in first person view the entire time. This is disgusting. What's up, Taz? How's it going, man? Yeah, I did like what I saw too, Taz. So what I'm gonna do now is kind of get into some of the stuff that basically my reaction on the Xbox conference. So that would be pretty much everything that was shown. I think I have clips from the majority of it, and I'm about to go find it now. So I guess I'll start with the first thing they showed, which was Starfield. And boom, there we go. So Starfield, right? So I'm probably not gonna play Starfield. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm probably not gonna play this game. Starfield, from everything that has been described by what the game is, because we don't know what the game is, because we haven't seen actual gameplay. Again, this is in-engine, Forte, in-engine footage. This trailer is all CG. There's not a look at gameplay in it, which I again, as I said earlier, I would have wanted it to be more along the lines of the way they've done the reveals for Fallout 4 and Fallout 76, where it's within months of coming out. So like, I feel like Starfield, they should have just held this off until next year's E3, so that Bethesda could do what Bethesda typically does. So, but regardless, the engine, Creation Engine, it's Creation Engine 2, visually looks nice, but again, this is not like running on anything that we would be running it on. So that's to be determined how it turns out. But on a concept basis, it visually looks amazing. But the big thing Creation Engine has had two issues. Visuals have not been great, really outdated. They're working on that, clearly. The other thing is how it plays, the logic of it, how does it work? Is it going to be buggy at launch? Will it remain buggy? Because some games are buggy at launch and they get better. Games like Skyrim and Fallout, those games are buggy all throughout. Shout out to God's Zealot with the $2 super chat. Says, I see why they didn't show this on yesterday's show. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, to a sense, it was a lot of talking, a lot of developers speaking to people, which I felt like they could have cut through, like the way they edited, of course, like add all that other stuff that no one really seems to care about, the talking that I love and hearing what developers have to say, but many people don't. They could have held that for the Thursday thing where they're doing a bunch of other interviews, and then they could have had some of the footage that they showed today also in what they showed at E3. Regardless, it's not that big a deal. But back to Starfield. It's probably not going to be a game that I'll play now, but there are plenty of people who are massive Elder Scrolls fans, massive Fallout fans that are probably super hyped for this. They don't tend to mind all the bugginess of those games, and they're getting pretty much the kind of sandboxy feel, but in space, which is like a huge, even bigger sandbox there. And they're not going to have to worry about the visuals looking super dated. So, yeah. Philly Eagle says, nobody cares about the story in Skyrim, only mods and combat. I think the combat's absolutely terrible in that game, too. But, hey, that's just me. But, like, if you're into those games, yeah, mods and combat. Like, that's something that you're probably going to be really wanting to look out for. And, Forte says, you made a big deal yesterday. Yes, I did make it a big deal to you yesterday because you was capping and lying yesterday. And I wasn't having it, Forte. I don't have the capping and lying, sir. I don't deal with any of that. But no, back to Starfield. It's all right. It's not going to be for me. I'll try it out because it's going to be in Game Pass, and I have Game Pass. So I'm going to try it out. I'm probably not going to stick with it. But there you have it. The next game was Stalker 2, which looked freaking amazing. Let me get Stalker 2 footage up here. Give me a moment. Yeah, Stalker 2. So, man, Stalker 2 looks great. I'm playing this. I gotta play it. It looks great. The gameplay actually showed straight up gameplay. Yeah, I appreciate that. It looks good. It's going to be in Game Pass day one at launch. And look, this really goes back to what I was saying about how important and pivotal that Outriders and the MLB The Show games were for Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass in general, because Game Pass is the platform for Xbox, for the Xbox division from Microsoft. Their platform is Game Pass now. Just look at this gameplay. Like it looks beautiful. If Outriders didn't do well and didn't have great engagement and also didn't sell well, you would not see what we're seeing right now. It takes one, right? It takes one publisher or developer to give something a chance and to kind of prove what Microsoft was trying to tell all of these developers and publishers all this time about Game Pass. Yeah, people are going to be able to play your game through a subscription service and not pay you up front. It's not the traditional model in gaming, but you can still sell your game. It can promote your game. This can actually promote sales. Like you can still not feel like you wasted an opportunity on a game that you spent millions on for a number of years. You can still get everything that you expected and then some. And so I think MLB The Show, one, still being even though it dropped to like number 5 because NPD numbers came out today, it dropped to number 5 on Xbox, but it's number 2 and on all platforms for the month of May, and number 2 on PlayStation. Like it didn't. what we know for a fact is that Game Pass does not hurt game sales, which was the narrative. It hurts game sales. It doesn't do that. Not at all. That's what we know for a fact. And it seems like it helps games, because with Outriders went from a game that was a looter shooter that was from a AA developer, a small developer that has done a couple of AAA games, but no one who is like someone that has a huge following, no one that people felt like is a developer that is of super high regard. And it put that game on a platform that it really, I think in some ways wasn't ready for. But the game had a lot of people playing it, enjoying it, buying it. And I don't think that was something that Square Enix had anticipated when they first signed that deal with People Can Fly. And I think that's awesome for not just Outriders, People Can Fly, Square Enix, but it's awesome for Microsoft and Xbox Game Pass, because that showed to other publishers and developers that you can put your game in Game Pass and it's not going to kill your project. You're not going to lose your job because you screwed something up and you screwed up a game's release. And so now we got Stalker 2 that's going in there. And look, the game looks pretty damn good. I'm definitely going to be playing this at launch. I think I heard someone say it looked like Metro Exodus on steroids, and I can see that. I can see that a bit. Next was I think Back for Blood was the next one after this. And I've been all in on Back for Blood because Back for Blood is being developed by Turtle Rock Studios. Turtle Rock Studios is the developer for the Left 4 Dead games. I used to play those games with my friends on the 360 like all the time. Like that was like if we weren't playing Halo multiplayer, we were playing Back for Blood co-op multiplayer. And I said not Back for Blood, Left 4 Dead co-op multiplayer. And so I think this is going to be really, really good. Turtle Rock is the kings of this format. They are the ones that do this the best out of any other developer. I know that I think it's Saber Interactive that does World War Z, and they got a new World War Z coming out. World War Z is okay. It's not Left 4 Dead. It's not. Surtas, there's a hope. Surtas, there's hope these games have crossplay. I'm not certain. I felt like I read something about crossplay with Back for Blood. Regardless, I now have an Xbox Series S, Taz, so if it's not crossplay, it's fine. I can play it on the Series S too. It's all good. It's in Game Pass, so I can have it on both Xbox and Series S for the peeps that if it doesn't have crossplay, and also on my PC, which is the exact reason why I went and copped the Series S. So it's all good, bro. This is Shadow Spade says, explain Gears, then MLB is a horrible example. What do you mean, Shadow Spade? I'm not. I don't think you understand what I'm talking about when I talk about MLB The Show. MLB The Show is published by Major League Baseball. This game, like this is all about getting third-party games into Game Pass, into proving to publishers and developers that putting your game into Game Pass is going to hurt your game. MLB The Show is not going to stay in Game Pass. So it's different than Gears, because Gears will forever and always be in Game Pass, because that is a first-party title, a first-party IP for Xbox. So its sales, they don't really matter. It doesn't really matter for Gears. It doesn't mean anything, because the game's never going to leave. MLB is going to leave. So when MLB, people who are playing MLB The Show, if they try it through Game Pass and they like it, they're more than likely to buy that, because they know at some point it's going to leave. So trying to speak to strictly just sales for everything that's in Game Pass doesn't make sense when it's a different format for a first party game that never leaves to a game that's only in for like a month or two. So it's just different, dude. Back to Back 4 Blood. I do like some of the PvP elements here where you can have a team that is just like using these special zombies in Back 4 Blood. And they tried some of that in some of the other Left 4 Dead games. I never felt that really resonated with me, but it looks a little bit different now with this. So I'm going to definitely give that a shot. Back 4 Blood's it was a day one buy for me. Now I don't have to buy it. So that's awesome. I think next was Contraband. And so here's another one that I felt like, I don't know why you showed this. And so for me, some of the cons I had for the show was I did not care for just the teaser CG trailers. I'm just sick of them. I'm just sick of seeing them too much. And I would much rather you hold off the game until you got a little bit more. Until you got like a little bit more to show. Show me a little bit of gameplay. Give me an idea of what this game is. I have no idea what this game is. I have no idea what Contraband is. I can get a maybe somewhat of an idea based off of what Avalanche Studios has done in the past. They made the Just Cause games. The Just Cause games weren't really my cup of tea, but if you like those games, big open world, they said open world and co-op right there with the little, parts of the trailer. So the gameplay is probably going to be third person perspective, probably a lot of destructive environment kind of stuff, that's Just Cause. But then it's like you can't strictly go based off of what they've done in the past and then just project that towards what they're doing now, because there's no guarantee. Like by that standard, you would think that, Playground Games wouldn't be able to make a Fable, or Respawn wouldn't be able to make a Jedi Fallen Order. And so we really don't know what this game is. And I just don't like seeing pretty much the Everwild effect where you don't really know what the game is. And yeah, Bradford says, yeah, Avalanche are very hit and miss. Right. And that's it. There's this whole talk that potentially Avalanche has been acquired by Xbox Game Studios, which, I mean, that's a possibility. Their engine is really good, and they got good tech that could be used throughout Xbox Game Studios. So it's only a benefit, and hopefully, maybe some of the issues that they've had with some of the negatives people have had with their previous games has been due to budgeting and not being able to be as creative as they want to be, and that won't be an issue with Xbox Game Studios. They'll have free reign or freedom to do whatever they want. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that one. Next was Sea of Thieves. Oh man, Sea of Thieves. They always got something for Sea of Thieves literally every show. But this was a little bit of a surprise for me. Sea of Thieves has a deal with Disney and the Pirates of the Caribbean, or Caribbean, however you want to pronounce that. And they got Jack Sparrow. I was about to say Handsome Jack. They got Jack Sparrow in there, and they got I think Davy Jones, the squid looking dude. So I mean that's a decent collaboration. It makes sense. It works because Sea of Thieves is a pirates game, so they putting the money. I'm pretty sure Disney didn't make this collaboration be cheap. Like they definitely got the bag for this. But having a co-op experience that is story driven with the Pirates of the Caribbean. If you're a Sea of Thieves fan, like you can't want any more than that. That's like the perfect collaboration for them. Dr. Soraka says that the trailer for Contraband shows you what the game is about. It's a heist game. Yeah, maybe I missed that. I mean, I did see, I saw the pictures that talked about, like it said co-op and it said open world. Open world heist game, like heist games I've played have been like Payday 2, where that's clearly not open world. it's a bit different. I guess I'm gonna have to see what that's like. Again, I would back to my point with Contraband. I would know what that's like if I actually saw gameplay. So, we me taking like context clues out of a teaser trailer isn't exactly what I'm looking for. Show me what the game's about. Let's see. Yeah, but back to Sea of Thieves, which I'm pretty sure the majority of us don't really care for Sea of Thieves like that. That's probably the perfect partnership for them, and that's awesome. I think the next thing there was the Yakuza Like a Dragon, and I did record that. Give me a second. So yeah, look, the whole Yakuza series has already been in Game Pass, but now they got Yakuza Like a Dragon in there too, which that's pretty awesome. That game really just came out not too long ago. I think that was a launch game on the console. So yeah, about 6 months ago after it launched, it's in Game Pass. It's also on Game Pass PC because I downloaded it on PC yesterday when they revealed that it was already in Game Pass that day. So I haven't played it yet, but I know people who have played it and they enjoy it. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Kenny K says Contraband is a co-op smuggler's paradise set in the fictional world of 1970s Bayan. That's from Xbox Wire. Cool. Okay, again, something that could have been put in the trailer, but all right, yeah, I'm cool with that. What else did we have here? We had Battlefield. Oh my, Battlefield 20. I can't wait to show this. Battlefield 2042. Showing gameplay the way I like gameplay to be shown. Right, Forte? Y'all, let me tell you what Forte said. I'm talking to Forte. Forte trying to tell me that Halo Infinite's gameplay that was shown exactly the way Battlefield's was shown. Look at this. This is Battlefield 2042 gameplay. I see the HUD, okay? I see the HUD. I see everything. I see who's in my party. I'm seeing, this is gameplay. This is the gameplay, okay? This game is coming out later this year, around the same time that Halo Infinite is coming out. And they're showing gameplay. They're showing the gameplay the way you were going to see the gameplay. Not no floating camera, cinematic, have it all in engine gameplay. This is what I like to see. And look, Battlefield 2042 looks really good. Like I wish it was in Game Pass, but it's not. But I have EA Play Plus, so I'm going to be able to play this and not have to spend any additional money that I'm already I haven't already spent or going to spend anyway. So yeah, unfortunately this doesn't have crossplay, which sucks at launch. They said they're going to add it later on, which seems to be typical with EA. A lot of their other games don't have crossplay at launch, but they get them later on, like Apex Legends did. So I think this is going to be definitely a cool experience to play. Even when they said there was no campaign, and I lost a lot of interest in it, I still was like, I'll play this with friends, and so that's going to be. I'm gonna try it, whether I got people to play with or not. But how I continue to keep playing it will be dependent upon how many people I'm squadding up with to play it with. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But like this was probably one of the, for what I saw from a lot of people felt this was the best looking game that they saw, and I can't complain about that. That it looks pretty damn good. It just looks amazing. Good job with that. It's Frostbite engine, so how it played and how solid it plays, it's might be a different story there. J-Ron says that I'm on Sea of Thieves day one with the new one. That's cool, man. Philly Eagle says I'm hella hyped to continue not playing Sea of Thieves. Miles says, "How dare you talk about Sea of Thieves like that, sir? LO, it's a nice sailing game. That water gets me every time. Yeah, look. If I just want to relax and get in a boat and just look at water, all right, you know. But I would much rather go to the beach myself. But it is what it is. So I was also that I ain't feeling the HUD. No lie. I hope it can be modded on PC. Probably. Yeah. It probably can be modded on PC." See, next up is 12 Minutes, which is 12 Minutes has been a game that I've been looking forward to for a minute. I made a video about it, I think last year. It's got an all-star cast of voice actors in this. The entire thing seems to take place just within this one apartment, this one room, which I'm shocked. I know, look, I think it's only made by like one guy. So maybe that's why it has been taking so long to come out, because this game has been in development for a good little time. Hopefully it lives up to the hype. It's definitely coming. So it's supposed to be coming out this August. It's in Game Pass day one. I think this one is. I think this might be one of those games that's going to be a bit polarizing, a bit hit or miss. Like it's either going to be amazing and people are going to love it, or it's going to be a massive miss and people are going to be like, oh, it has so much potential, but it just didn't really hit the way I wanted it to. So I'm looking forward to it. That the whole time loop thing and it's going to be really, really interesting how it plays out. I could really see it being one of those games where once you complete it, it's like there's no point in going back to it, because if you think about, like, if you make a mistake and then the time loop starts again, there's going to be certain paths to take to make sure that you don't get like the worst outcomes and William Dafoe isn't killing you once again. So if you get through it and then you go play it again, you could probably like finish it really fast because you'll know everything to do to kind of avoid all the mistakes and to beat the game. So we'll see with that. We'll see. Next was Psychonauts 2, I believe. And we find that now Psychonauts is not a game that I've all really been looking forward to. I think I probably will give it a shot, but
you're in here lying to these people about now.
Oh my God! Could you not just jump in like that, like scaring the crap out of me?
Scaring you? What you you?
You just come in and just immediately
you act like Discord doesn't give you a notification when somebody comes into a room.
I think I got zero notification. I didn't hear any little chime or anything.
You ain't hear the chime or the beep?
No, I didn't hear nothing. I just heard.
I'm gonna need you to turn that on then, so you can tell that people are coming in and out of your party.
I could have
been an assassin, Slow-Mo. I could have
an assassin on Discord.
Hard to your ears.
You doing bodily harm to my sanity is what you're doing right now.
That was you yesterday trying to cap for something that I told you was actual gameplay in the game, and we saw it today.
It wasn't in game. It wasn't in game gameplay. It was in engine.
It
was in engine, like they said.
Like I said,
it didn't look exactly the same. Everything that they showed didn't. They showed almost no floating camera.
Identically the same.
Okay, look, we're gonna. Well, first of all, I'm going through the entire show, so we'll get. At one point, we'll get to the Halo.
You did. First of all, you didn't give Halo. You didn't give Battlefield enough love because Battlefield is phenomenal.
I don't care about Battlefield, so I give it. I give it what I. How's it my fault? That's their fault for not having a game that resonates with me.
You need to be with the woke choir when it comes to Battlefield, man.
So basically, I should be going with the crowd, with the drone, like you.
Yes.
Like you. Okay. So I actually just care about what other people care about instead of what I care about.
Well, I know you don't care because you got revisionist history on stuff, you know.
Revision? What are you talking about? Like, are you not using words correctly again? again. I don't think
I
you
know
are.
what the word revisionist means because I literally was texting you yesterday and you was up here like Forte, this that. I'm like,
yeah, okay,
sir.
this or that. Like you're not saying what I actually said because you know I'm right.
I mean, I don't want to put text messages out there unless you want me to. But you know, it is what it is. All right, continue with your show.
How are you? How are you doing this morning?
Shout out to the amazing people that came to the show and hung out with my homeboy Slow Mo. As much as he got on my nerves yesterday, and oh boy, did he get on my freaking nerves yesterday.
Yeah, because I wasn't capping. So you were upset about
either.
that.
He
was capping big time.
No,
man.
was it? How was I capping? Because I liked the show.
Now, I like the show too, but you know what?
Okay, just because I didn't share your sentiments on the score of the show and on the overall presentation of the show, don't mean that my opinion is different from yours, sir. So
actually, that does mean your opinion is different than mine.
My opinion is capping, though.
No, that does mean your opinion is different than mine.
Just because I like the show.
Did I say I dislike the show?
Capping.
Did I say I
No, you said I was capping for the show.
Because you said it was a 10 out of 10.
What's wrong with that? It was great.
Okay, it wasn't a perfect show.
To you, it wasn't. It
just wasn't a perfect show.
It was everything it needed to be yesterday. It actually overshadowed.
Jeff Lloyd says that Forte has a cap stitched onto his skull.
I sure do. I guess you know.
Man, that's funny.
Me and 46 to 50% of the people on Jeff Keighley's tweet that said the show was an A. So
you know, a 9 out of 10 could be an A as well.
Yeah, I told you I was in that. You're literally splitting hairs between a 9 and a 10 when it comes to that show. There's no huge difference.
It's not split.
There's not a huge difference.
Anyway, can I get back to you know what? First of all, you are late to me talking about this. Yes, you are. Yes, you are late. Look, I watched that.
Did you let our amazing people know why I wasn't here? Did you?
Yes, I did. I said you was driving. You was picking up your daughter, and you were supposed to be here before I started talking about the E3 stuff. You were not on time. I'm already on Psychonauts. Anyway, look. Okay, back to. So you gonna play Psychonauts too?
No, just because. So wait, are we saying that I have to play all of these games in order to?
Dude, I'm just asking you. Are you going to play the game? Why are you so defensive?
Because you were getting on me. Yes, no, listen, man. I got a lot of pent up animosity towards you right now because you were getting all funny yesterday.
So defensive,
and tweets.
You were so defensive. It's hilarious.
Because you was.
Dude, I'm just asking you. Are you going to play Psychonauts too?
I don't know. More than like, who knows? I mean, it's in Game Pass. I might.
I'm gonna try it out. I'm kind of in my little platformer bag with Ratchet and Clank, and this is similar. Ratchet and Clank's freaking amazing. Rift Apart's most beautiful game.
How far are you in it?
A couple hours. I'm not that far. I
made it out to the third world yet, or the third time you could travel to a different world.
No, I haven't.
Okay,
I haven't.
I'm a little bit further.
I have played with Rivet. So I did do that much. So I need to later on, once I get some work done with work, I'm going to jump in there and get through it because I want to complete it. And then if I feel like it, I may end up platinuming it and then go back to Final Fantasy VII Remake integrate so I can play some of that Final Fantasy goodness.
This is a really nice overlay for this stream.
Why, thank you.
I like this.
Thank you.
That's really nice.
See, you said something nice, in your.
I like the thumbnail too. I like it's reminiscent of another person's thumbnail that looks good too.
We gonna look. Are you claiming I stole a thumbnail, sir?
Oh, you can't steal something that was given to you.
Wow. Yes, I modified something. I had limited time. I just did some modifications on the preview. Anyway, moving on. So Psychonauts 2, I probably will play it. Depending on how I feel about it, because I didn't really care for the first one. So depending on how I feel about it, will depend on whether I finish it or not. But for those who are into platformers, that's definitely going to be something that you got in store for you. That's one thing I will say about the show. There was a lot of diversity in different gaming genres. There was like a little bit of something for everybody. So I really appreciate that. This next one, I don't even know if I actually recorded the footage for this one because I didn't.
one?
Fallout 76. So we can just
Who
talk
cares?
about. Yeah, exactly. Who cares, right? Fallout 76 has 2 expansions. They didn't show any gameplay from either expansion, so I don't know why you're talking about it. Who cares about Fallout 76? Moving
They
on.
let you know the game is alive and well. That's what they're doing.
Well, alive. Well, I don't know about the well part.
I know a bunch of people that literally went back to go play Fallout 76, and they
still play it?
They spent a considerable amount of time on it when they put out the last update, and I think a lot of people are going to jump back in with this update. I don't think people were too fond of the base game. But it seems like every time they add substantial content to the game, people do jump back in for quite some time. Now, however, it just depends on how long the gameplay loop is. And they're adding 2 DLC, so it can definitely help. But, you know, base Fallout 76 was the problem, not all the stuff they added in the interim.
Also, right after that, they showed Elder Scrolls Online, which also has an expansion coming, and really didn't talk about anything else.
I believe.
Yeah, and didn't show any gameplay as well, so we'll just move past that. Oh, I definitely didn't record this. Party Animals.
I
Hard
definitely recorded that. Yes.
pass.
Beautiful. No.
Hard pass.
Why?
Why do I ever like
Guys?
games
You never
like
played
that?
Fall Guys or
No,
anything
I
like that?
never played Fall Guys.
Oh, okay. I actually played it.
Do
It's
I
actually
ever
pretty
play
cool.
anything like that? No, I'm
Why
not.
not? No, you see, you're a.
I'm a what?
You're a,
Say
you're a
it. Say it.
buzzkill.
I'm a buzzkill.
You're a buzzkill, man.
Hey,
You're
look. I don't.
You don't like. I see you don't like playing party games.
I like having fun, but that's not fun to me. So
You don't like seeing little wolves get thrown into ovens and stuff and cooked alive.
I don't care.
Peter gonna be all over this game.
Probably will. Hades is coming to Game Pass in August. Hades was not on Xbox or PlayStation prior to, it's not on there right now. So it was a Switch and PC exclusive, right?
Yes, sir. Only on and it's console first for Xbox. Still no information on when it's going to hit PS5.
No, I thought I did see some. No, I actually saw a tweet from PlayStation saying that it's coming to PS4 and PS5. They have a date.
Probably the same day.
It's probably the same day, but yeah, it's not. But it's in Game Pass, which if you got Game Pass and you got both platforms, you might as well just get it on Xbox. So, but yeah, Hades is look, hey. Just a fair warning. If you played Returnal and got your cheeks clapped and you ain't like Returnal, you probably not gonna like Hades. You probably should just not play Hades. Just fair warning that it's that kind of roguelike game. It's gonna be a little bit more more unforgiving than.
Did you get your cheeks slapped, Slow-mo?
I stopped playing Returnal when my game crashed. The game crashes clap my cheeks. I said, I do not. I have way too limited time to be playing, getting a deep run in, and I don't mind having a deep run, losing progress because I got killed in the game.
Right.
I got a big problem having a deep run, making good progress, and my game crashes. Look, I saw some other people who have a very patient response. Try to get reconnected. Okay, we're back. Let me make sure. Yeah, we're back. Sorry about that. You know what? There's something going. This is the second time this has happened, Forte. This happened on last DPS podcast, and this has been going on ever since I updated OBS. So I might need to go back to. I don't know if you can even go back to the previous version of OBS. I need to figure it out. Maybe I need to uninstall and reinstall. Though I would hate to lose all the scenes that I've already set up. So I'll get it figured out. But I apologize for that that minor hiccup there. This
oh man, they wouldn't give you a pass, man. They understand that, OBS is trash sometimes.
OBS is, something told me don't do the update. And I did it anyway. And ever since that update, every time I go live, the 2 times I've gone live, I have had an issue where YouTube loses the data upload from OBS, and my internet's good. So like this is wild. But moving on. Okay, so this one I actually really like. This indie game called Somerville. Is that what it's called? You remember seeing that one?
I did. It looked like some I want to say inside stuff.
Yes, but it's made by the same developer who did Inside.
Oh well, that's why, because it looked good. I was pleasantly not surprised, but I like the aesthetic of the game.
Right, and so yeah, the aesthetic looks good. I like that they're kind of going a little. They're branching out a little bit more, because Inside is just kind of like your side scroller platformer kind of type game, and this is a little different. I do like you got this family and they got a dog, and it's interesting. I'm kind of intrigued by it. I'm definitely going to check this one out. I like what I saw. This is kind of the kind of stuff that you can actually get into, and it's a little different. I like to see developers advance their craft a little bit further, and it seems like the narrative might be really strong with this one. That one's also going to be day one in Game Pass, but it comes out next year. But it's kind of good to see something like that already, and see some of these smaller titles get some shine. And let's just go ahead and get into this, right? So the next one was Halo Infinite, and so I'm gonna show. Okay, I recorded it all together because the part.
No, you show that beautiful heartstringing pulling part at the beginning too, sir.
All scenes captured in engine. What does that mean, Forte? What does that mean?
I know exactly what in game looks like when I'm seeing
what in engine. What does in engine mean? Look at what I'm showing right now. Is this gameplay?
Sir, this is
in engine.
Camera. It's a game with a detached camera.
Engine.
Okay, Slow-mo, you do realize they always say in game, especially if they're doing it from an.
You keep saying in game, and I said in engine.
It is in game.
It's in engine. There's a difference between in game and in engine. There is a difference.
Now this right here is the only part you can sit here and say.
Yeah, this is a cutscene.
This part.
This is a cutscene.
The only part.
The other part wasn't gameplay either. They even said it.
There was nothing happening on the screen, but the camera was literally detached from the character,
in
and all you were
engine.
Okay,
hold on. Was it running on the Xbox Series X?
Oh my god.
Answer the question. Was it running on the Xbox Series X?
Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait.
I asked you a question.
After his passion, Forte clearly Slow-mo lacks the mental to understand marketing genius. The Xbox showcase was a 10 out of 10. Halo was exquisite.
After his passion is making a joke.
No, he's definitely not making a joke.
He's making a joke, clearly.
No,
because I thought After His Passion had the mental acuity to understand that you can't have a 10 out of 10 perfect show and you don't show gameplay for a good portion of your games.
They show gameplay,
There's a difference between. Thank you, Smiles. There's in-game versus in-engine.
Fast forward this clip, so you probably already at the gameplay because what I'm looking
at
is a little bit behind.
No. This is did they name the new AI that is?
Her name's War something. I can't remember.
Well, it's at the part where she says that Cortana was deleted. Yeah, that part. See, I like to see this part. This is what, when we were talking last week and you was like, don't just show multiplayer. You said like show, yeah, and this is good. Show this kind of stuff. This kind of, explains a little bit more of the story. People had questions like, how did you go to where we are now to yeah, the wolf flow. I'm gonna get back to that. He didn't dodge anything. He tried to deflect, but he ain't getting away from me. To showing, like, what happened to Cortana, because like at the end of Guardians, Cortana was like taking over the entire galaxy. So what's up? And so this kind of explains some of that, and I do like there's a little bit of a mystery of exactly what happened to Cortana and why this AI who said I should have been deleted if I completed my mission should have been deleted. But back to the question I gave you. So was that running on the Xbox Series X, Forte?
Oh, wait. Oh, so we're changing the question now.
No, that was my question the entire time that you dodged.
No. I could pull up the tweet because that was
the tweet. Literally, dude, I just asked you that question. I just asked you that question like 2 minutes ago.
Because
he ain't gonna answer it. He ain't gonna answer it.
That was PC. That was PC.
How you know? How you know it's PC?
Because they never showed anything on the Xbox yet. All the stuff they showed for Halo's
all gameplay captured in engine. Yeah, see that's
PC,
that's not
gameplay on a PC.
The zero HUD. Look at this. That zero HUD. That's not what I want.
That's let's see. That's no HUD, but that's literally the view you will be playing at. But they just don't have the HUD.
Was the Spartan being deleted? Is this the view you will be getting? Was that the?
Go ahead.
Stop it. Smile says Forte could be a good professional dodger. Yeah, he should be a politician. You know, when the media ask him questions and he go, no. When did we talk about this? And it's just like, we just asked you a question just now. What question? The question I just asked you. What question? The question yesterday? No, fool. The question I just asked you. Like, I mean, how many times do you hit? You was running from that question so bad. Hey, K Asante in the chat, he said the only bit of gameplay is when Chief uses the grappling shot just before this cutscene, but slow-mo is right here. Most of this is in engine, not in game. Thank you, K Asante. Thank you, someone with massive amounts of intelligence who understands what I'm talking about.
So all the people that are saying that, sir, this is gameplay. They just doing it from the camera angle in the engine. They don't make any sense. They're stupid. Basically, what you're saying.
I didn't say that. You said that. I'm not saying nobody's stupid. I'm just saying that K Asante. I'm saying K Asante is a very, very intelligent man.
Looks like when we see it.
I said K Asante is a very, very intelligent man. That's all I'm saying. I'm paying him a compliment. Me paying him a compliment. By the way, that samurai armor, fire.
Beautiful.
Absolutely fire. I'm getting that. But all I'm doing is paying the man. Hey, I'm gonna get it. Look, I'm telling you, I'm playing the hell out of this multiplayer. Look, you know, I'm playing the hell out of the multiplayer. I've been playing Master Chief Collection like crazy.
And then you said something about the visuals, didn't you? Yesterday, you said the visuals probably aren't going to hold up to that. Then what did you see in the multiplayer reveal today?
Philly Eagle says, in fairness, those shots could be photo mode, but I'm sure it's in engine. It's definitely in engine because they told us it was in engine and not in game.
Definitely in engine. It was just it could have been done in. It could have literally been done in the Forge mode.
Okay. So this is the Verizon show. Like, yeah, Smiles. I don't care about what Verizon got to say.
Who cares about Verizon and 5G?
Yeah, I don't care about Verizon. They're not gonna tell us anything interesting. It's not like they're gonna say we're getting into publishing games. If they did, it would be awful. It would be worse than Google and Amazon trying to publish games. But anyway, yeah. So look, matter of fact, did you see the overview they did earlier that I did live? Were you able to watch that?
I was watching it while I was driving.
Did you see the stuff they talked about with the first thing that I remember, they now have a personal AI. So you can have a personal AI that kind of like tells you what the objectives are during the multiplayer match, kind of helps you along, tells you where to drop off a flag or whatever, and you can change the voice. So what I said was, my person, you should feel complimented by this. I want my personal AI to be your voice. I want my personal AI to be you, and I want that person so that you can say all the words incorrectly, and I can feel like I'm back at home on the podcast listening to you say stuff wrong. So that would be great for me. I would love it. I would love it. There was also, what else did they show? They
Maybe
said
they'll let you upload your own audio files.
That'll be great. The grappling hook. So this is my question to you. I think that grappling hook is going to be a game changer for multiplayer. They were showing people grappling weapons from
Yeah,
other
they made
parts
it a
of the
power.
map.
They made it a power attachment on the map. I thought everybody was gonna have access to it, but they made it an actual pickup.
Yeah.
And
So
I think more people are gonna go for that before the power weapon because you can use. Because if you have that, you can still go after the power weapons. Because you.
Oh, wait.
that
So
to
the
be able to pick
grappling
up
hook,
stuff.
you don't just have the grappling hook. It's something that. Are you saying the grappling hook isn't going to be something that's just going to be in your loadout when you everyone has
from
it?
what I mean, maybe because I was literally watching it from the car and maybe I missed it, but did they say that it's equipable for every Spartan or is it a pickup on the ground?
I didn't hear them say that at all. So I just saw them talking about the grappling hook, and they showed someone grappling a weapon to them, and then they also showed someone using the grapple to grapple the ceiling, and then swinging closer to someone, another enemy. And I can kind of see sometimes, like I'll be trying to like creep on a dude, in pause in multiplayer, and
yeah. Can you read Kay Asante's message you just said, sir? I agree with this more than anything.
Is it okay? Kay Asante says both of you are right. It's in-engine but showing gameplay. They just probably set up bots to fight and remove the UI. Obviously, our view would be different when playing, but it is representative. I do also.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Look, we can just leave it at that. That Kay Asante says that's a very good point. Again, I say he's a very intelligent man who's also just really just trying to help Forte out right now. But yeah, look.
So shout out to you, Kay Asante, for coming to for because Slow-Mo, he only listens to you.
He said you have to pick the grapple shot up. Interesting.
That's what I thought. You had to pick up because they said it. They wanted to make it a decision. They wanted to say, do I go get the grappling hook so I can have map control? Because they said you can use it to like flank opponents and get to other points and stuff. But then also in guard, you can use it to like pick up weapons and stuff too. So it's more of a gameplay function than it is with weapons. Is like more once you get the weapon and you're done with the weapon.
It could be a really great advantage if you think about it, because it's if you have it right and no one else has it, and you see someone running for the rocket launcher, because like I made it like, because I was showing some Halo Combat Evolved Master Chief Collection multiplayer gameplay earlier, and I was talking about how there's a rocket launcher on like this upper level in the center of the map, and let's say there's a map that's similar to that, and there's and you know where the rocket launcher, everyone knows where the weapons are, right? And you know where the weapon is. You see someone going for it, you can use that grapple hook to take it away from them. Like take that, and actually it becomes a even bigger advantage there. I like that. I think it's going to be kind of something that is. It won't be OP, but it'll definitely be something that you will see people definitely using and taking advantage of. I can't wait to really I can't wait to get into that. But I think let's go ahead and finish up here. So yeah, Halo coming out this fall. I think the multiplayer is going to be all right. It's going to be good. I don't know about the story.
Do you think they satisfied people's? I mean, of course, they
No.
can show more.
I
still don't think they satisfied enough of people's what's the name?
I think Halo community is sad. This is what I said was going to happen. I think Halo community would be satisfied with what everything they will show when it's all said and done. I think the overall gaming community, though, is still kind of left wanting, because they're going to be the people that won't get into the multiplayer. They'll just play the campaign and that'll be it. They won't play the campaign and then jump into the multiplayer for months on months on months like the rest of us in the Halo community. So they care about the campaign. So I'm glad they did show campaign something like this cutscene here from like I'm glad they showed that, because they explained a little bit more of the story. It looked fine, although they didn't show campaign uninterrupted gameplay footage of campaign like they did last year, which you're going to get a lot of people like, I don't know what that looks like. It's still probably garbage. You're gonna get people saying that about it, and so like they didn't shut those people up, and so that's still like going to be up in the air until they show differently. The next thing was Diablo 2 Resurrected, which I don't
Yes,
think I
the remake.
recorded
Remake.
that.
Yeah,
let me see
remake.
if I got that in recording. Yes, I do. I do have that. So let's. I know you're a big Diablo fan, right?
Sure am.
I only played Diablo 3, which I liked, although
which is great.
It's great. I always heard this one is better than Diablo 3. Diablo 2 is better. I don't know though, because like why I played Diablo 3 was in 2013, and that was 8 years ago. So like I'm down for Lost Ark when that comes out, because Lost Ark looks amazing. But Lost Ark seems to be like the evolution of like that Diablo isometric view action RPG kind of thing. And after seeing Lost Ark and then I see Diablo 2 Resurrected, like, yeah, they may have cleaned up the visuals, but the gameplay still the gameplay. And although it looks like, Diablo, I feel like Lost Ark is it's just, coming from someone who isn't a massive Diablo fan, but just liked one of them. Lost Ark really kind of stole a lot of thunder. What do you think?
I agree with you. I think this is going to do very, very well, just because, like you said, it is the fan favorite, the one that people love the most. I think a lot of that has to do. I think overall 3 is a better game, but I think 3 launched in such a way where they had the auction house in it at first, and people were just infuriated with that.
That was a terrible idea.
It was a terrible idea. So people's perception of 3 was just skewed right from the beginning. And I feel like the changes they made to 3 were for the best. But there's no denying that when this gets released, it's literally going to probably dwarf 3 in sales, because people have been looking for some type of remake to this game for quite some time. And then it's going to be a really good lead up to Diablo 4 when they finally bring it out too, because I think they're going to lean heavily into Diablo 2's gameplay metrics, but they're going to up it to like Diablo 3 and beyond when it comes to the visual side of the gameplay. Plus, I think the customization and classes were a little bit more not that they were balanced, but they got more scope to them. Compared in 3, it was gear dependent, whereas in 2 it was more character dependent. Like you can kit out your character in so many different ways with just different types of gear, whereas you need certain gear in 3 in order to be able to dish out the damage types that you want to.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, it's are you gonna play Lost Ark?
I don't know. When is it supposed to come out?
Lost Ark is supposed to come out later this year, I think. Is it
PC only?
Well, it's being published by Amazon, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
we don't know where the hell that's gonna be at.
Yeah, that might just end up on just
Luna
Amazon. So Luna is still a thing. So that
it
who
might
knows?
Just be there.
Who knows? Give me 1 second, real quick, okay?
Yeah. So, chat. First of all, thank you for coming through as always again. What do you guys think? What did you guys think of the show over? I didn't get your opinions on it and stuff. I did put a poll on Twitter asking if they were excited for Halo and if they were happy with the things that they did. But what are some of your guys' scores? What did you give this score overall when it comes to the Xbox presentation? And do you think it's the best Xbox presentation they've ever had? I'm kind of interested to see what
I gave it an 8 out of 10. So that's probably that's probably the highest I've ever given them. So I think other ones were like 7.5 and 7 out of 10.
Gave it a 9 out of 10.
We got some 9 out of 10.
Xbox.
Mr. Xbox, 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
He said 4.5 out of 10. He like you. Okay, he a little like you, Slowmo. Saying not enough gameplay.
It wasn't enough gameplay. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, and I do want, now that we got to that part, I do want to say something, because you were talking about Contraband and how there was no gameplay. Now, I don't disagree with you, but the thing I kind of take issue with people, when it comes to games that they show for the first time, and everybody saying they're tired of not seeing gameplay, you could just hold on to it. This wasn't the narrative that we were talking a year ago or even 2 years ago. because Xbox wasn't showing anything. They would only show you what was coming out in that year, and people said we need to see the roadmap. We don't care if they just show logos and name flashes across the screen and stuff. We just need to know what are you working on, what's coming. And that's kind of what they did. But now, I guess since they took that message loud and clear, and they're willing to show you at least trailers and stuff, people are like, well, I don't want to see trailers. I want to see gameplay. Hold it until the game is actually, viewable in a way that we can actually see what the game looks like and plays like.
I think. Okay, so let me clarify how I feel about this. And so I am in the camp that I'm tired of seeing CG trailers and no gameplay and just teaser trailers. I am tired of it. That said, I think to clarify things, I'm tired of seeing that in these shows. Mm-hmm. This trailer could have been a tweet. Like the way they tweeted out that whole Starfield thing, or earlier today. They could have just, like, we've seen teaser trailers in tweets before, or just just upload it on a YouTube channel. And I think that's just fine. It's a teaser. You're announcing that you are partnered with Avalanche Studios to make this game, this co-op open world heist game. Cool. Great. Like, that can be a tweet. But for the show, save like something more substantial for the show. Either something that really gets deep into the story, like Redfall, or something that actually shows gameplay and lets people know what they're actually going to play. Like, that's something that I would rather see in a show versus just a teaser trailer that's like, a minute long. You feel me? You see what I'm saying?
No, I'm not saying that you're wrong at what you're saying. I'm just saying that this is the reason this is happening is because people said they want to know anything they can know. Like, I was having conversations with people about like Starfield. They were like, Starfield was shown 4 years ago or something when Bethesda showed. What was it, 2018?
Well, it was 2018, so it was 3 years ago. Yeah, and it was
3 years ago.
It was a JPEG. It was a JPEG
it literally was. It was literally the space station taking off into warp speed. That's all they showed. So you got a little bit more this time around. Now, I do agree with Starfield. They could have done more because you already shown like that the game was a thing. So I wish they would have did a little bit more around that game. But I also understand the game doesn't come out until late next year, and we have 15 other shows leading up between Gamescom, and we might get an EXO this year, and then we also have E3 next year. So we got at least 3 major shows that Xbox will put on that has a chance to be shown there. But when it comes to like something like Contraband, I think they just want to get it out there saying this is a thing. This is, a partnership with Avalanche. Is another game that you could kind of look forward to. Even if you don't know what it is, It's just another game. And it's a thing that I made a point to say when I was on BRAP yesterday with them when they were talking about it. You got to kind of look at the lay of the land when it comes to this. You got 30 games were shown at this reveal. 3 of them you have to pay for. So basically, if you got Game Pass for like me and you got Game Pass for the next 2 years, some of us got it for 3. Some of us got it for 3. Every game that you saw at this event, if you wanted to play everything here, you're going to spend $190 out of pocket. That's if you wanted to play everything you saw at this event. $190 for everything you saw here, and you'll be able to play it with no fuss, no problems whatsoever. So I think they were just kind of, and I think that was another thing. Starfield's announcement, I feel like, was more of let's get this monkey off the back about this exclusivity thing. Because I think if people would have just believed that Starfield was an exclusive game from the beginning, I don't think you would have seen that trailer. I just don't think they just couldn't come on stage and just say, "Oh, it's Starfield's exclusive."
Yeah. I actually think it was smart of them. This was a show that Deathloop comes out within in a matter of months. This is a first party game, but because it's timed exclusive for the PlayStation and also on PC, they was just like, we ain't showing that here.
We ain't showing it here.
Get that. No. Look, sorry. We ain't showing
No.
it now on our show.
That would be an
Let
L if
them
they
show
showed
that
that
on
game
their
here.
show. You know, like that's a very I like that mentality. I do appreciate
Yeah.
that. I want to get to the super chat. Victor Alistine, thank you, Victor, for the $2 super chat. He says there is a new Starfield trailer you should see. Victor, a little bit earlier in the stream, if you want to go back to towards the early part of the stream, I talked about that. I actually showed it on stream and watched the trailer from the tweet. And I understand why they didn't show that at E3, because it's more of the devs talking, devs drawing and things, and you see like it's stuff that I love to see.
Yeah, I see it.
But
right
it's
here,
not
yeah.
it's not what people want to see. Typically when they've done that, and last time I saw that and they got a really bad reaction is when BioWare did that for the VGAs, I think it was, and they showed them their development process for the next Dragon Age, I think, and people were just like, why did you show this? All you showed us was devs talking and devs working and concept art. I don't want to see that. And so I think it was smart for them to leave that for after the show and not showing that during the show. So if that's all you got to show, yeah, don't show that. Just do the teaser trailer that they did. I would have preferred they show gameplay, but the gameplay is not in a state where it's at a point to show, and then you definitely don't want to show it too early.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So we did Diablo 2 Resurrected, A Plague's Tale Requiem, bro. First off,
Played it on PC.
I
Game
played
Pass.
it on
It's still
PC and
PC Game Pass.
I cannot wait. Yeah, A Plague's Tale Innocence was so good, like such an underrated game, and Asobo is this is. Let me float this out there to you, man.
Yeah.
Are they going to acquire Asobo? Because I mean, look.
I think they are.
This is getting to the point. I'm almost starting to kind of feel like how I felt about BioWare, where Asobo you got a 10-year contract with them for the Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Flight Sim.
So you got a 10-year partnership with them already, a decade. They came out with A Plague's Tale Innocence. You got that thing in Game Pass before. Now you're getting day one this game, the sequel in Game Pass. Like, come on. Like this studio don't miss. They don't miss. They make amazing looking games. They're different. Yeah. They tell a great story. Like, this is the kind of something. Could be that they could be the studio to give you that just one. People want some of that Sony format. They can do some of that, and I think that would be the studio to acquire. Now, bear in mind, Asobo may not want to be acquired, but I've seen some people say, what's up, FC? FC says, what's up, man?
What's up, FC?
He says they're already better than Ubisoft.
Oh, Jesus.
But what I'm saying is that I've seen some people say, why acquire them when they're already giving you all they got? Well, here's the difference is that A Plague's Tale 2 isn't exclusive to it's going to be on PlayStation. So it's not exclusive to your platform. That's one. And two, it could be, like I said, with BioWare, a situation where you had them exclusive, even though you didn't acquire them, and what ended up happening was you ended up losing them, and now they're multi-plat. And so, like, why if you know someone's quality, just lock that up. Yeah, thank you, FC. Don't repeat the BioWare situation.
Yeah, I just think that it really just comes down to if they want to be purchased. I do think it's more of a situation where if they want to be purchased, Microsoft will purchase them.
Yeah.
But if they don't, I can see it being a Ted Price situation like it was with Insomniac, where he didn't want to be purchased at first, But then when he did ended up getting purchased, it was by Sony because of the working relationship they have.
Yeah.
So I can see Xbox still acquiring Asobo before anybody else because of that, that overall partnership that they've had, throughout generations at this point now, especially knowing they got a 10-year investment in them and making with Flight Sim. So I think Xbox isn't going to lose out in the long term with them. But it really just comes down to when does Asobo want to be purchased, and if they want to be, it's going to probably most likely be by Microsoft.
Right, and because they already got that working relationship. Yeah, you're
right.
right.
Relationship.
Right, like very similar with Insomniac. If Insomniac was going to sell to anybody, it was going to be the Sony.
It was going to be the Sony.
Yeah, they worked with them for for decades. Only other game they put anywhere else was one game, Sunset Overdrive, and it didn't work out. Not because the game wasn't good, but because people didn't buy it. And that's on the Xbox community for not buying an awesome game, but. The next one was Far Cry 6. I don't think I'm fairly certain I didn't record the footage for this, but Far Cry 6. I mean, they just showed a little bit more of the story. We got I can't remember that guy. Yeah, we go. There. That's it. That dude's awesome. They really
showed him getting pissed and throwing the phone.
Yeah, they are really. That's the one thing about Far Cry is Far Cry always has awesome villains.
Off the chart.
Yes, and I'm gonna play that one because I always play Far Cry, so why not, right? So I'm gonna play that one, but again,
this one doesn't take itself seriously at all.
No, not you got a rooster that's fighting with you. It reminds me of the bear. The bear that fights with you in Far Cry 5, but it's this is how it is with Far Cry. I always play Far Cry. I always halfway through we get bored, and then I speed rush to finish the game and get it done and get it over with. So I'm probably gonna end up doing the same. I'm gonna probably end up doing the same thing with Far Cry 6.
And what's the name? Where is it at? And I think it was Replicant. Oh yeah, Replicant. So did Replicant said so? Did Slow-Mo slander Frostbite during the Battlefield gameplay?
I really didn't.
Actually, really nice to it.
I was really nice to it.
He was really
I
nice
did
to
acknowledge that most Frostbite games are buggy at launch, so don't be surprised if Battlefield 2042 is buggy at launch. But I tried to be as nice as possible. That might change, but I'm trying to be nice. Yeah. I'm trying my best. The next thing that blows up.
Wait, before you move on, I do want to say, because I was just thinking about this. It's like unfortunate that with. I think this year would have been a great year. It's already great, but I really wish Dizzy got a chance to see Battlefield, and he was a huge Diablo 2 fan.
Yes,
favorite game of all time. So when I saw those, it was like kind of a little tear, man, just because it was bittersweet experience in those games and him not getting the chance to actually see exactly what was coming down the pipeline. But he's in a better place. But I just wanted to kind of say that because it kind of hit me a little hard yesterday when I saw those games and thought about it.
Yeah. Yo, rest in peace, Dizzy. A great guy, and someone that just won't be forgotten. Every time we see a buggy Frostbite game, we'll be like, yo. I got to think of Dizzy.
He gonna slap you from the sky one day, bro. if you find one day you end up with a backslap across your face and you wake up like, what happened?
It's gonna be Dizzy.
It's gonna be Dizzy.
That's for all the Frostbite slander I couldn't hit you with. The next thing they showed was Slime Rancher. I ain't record that, and I don't care about Slime Rancher.
You can just skip all over that. I mean, it must have did well because they're making a part 2. It was actually in Game Pass for a while, and this one is launching into Game Pass. So
yeah. Now the one after that was Atomic Heart, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Look good, bro.
Yeah, it visually looks really good.
I haven't heard something else. You was like, this is a storybook game. I said, no, bro, this game looks fire.
Yeah, this is look. It's got some interesting gameplay. I like the whole little glove with the little like tentacles that come out, and it allows you to like manipulate things. So like, it's got a lot. Like the mocap looks really good. It's got some great visuals, and it's a first-person shooter. So I love my shooters. Yeah, it looks interesting. I never heard of Munfish, the developer, but yeah, I'm gonna check this one out. It's definitely, this is one of those another one of those indie games that had me like really intrigued. Like, okay, like I see some potential here. Are you gonna play this?
It's a good chance. I mean, the one thing, did they give this a date?
They didn't. They didn't give it a date, but it's day and date in Game Pass. So it's a launch game.
A year, did it? 2020.
It's probably 2022. But I don't think
really
I
just
saw
depends
it.
on when it releases. I mean, the cool thing is it's in game. I mean, that's like the gift and the curse of it. It's like when you go into Game Pass, who knows what's going to be in there at any time, and it's a good chance that games can get missed over just because there's so much stuff in there. So it's definitely on my radar to play, but it really just depends on when it launches. But as of right now, yeah, day one, unless something bigger comes out that has my attention at that time.
We got some interesting convo in the chat. K Asante says this game is insane. It's like if Kojima was Russian. FC says it's like Fear mixed with BioWare mixed with Death Stranding. And Replicant says this is going to be a Russian BioShock. I can see that. I do see some of that artistic style that BioShock has with like the weapons and some of the things you see in the environment. It does have some of that same look. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they had some BioShock staff on hand, but some old former BioShock developers on hand for this. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna check this one out when it comes out. Next was Replaced, which this is why I love indie games.
No,
man.
I was shocked when I saw this.
Where's Replaced? I know I had it right.
Did you? Yeah. You better have it. You don't have it.
I may not have recorded it.
I'll give it to you, but I can't.
Yeah, it's fine. But look, we can just talk about it real quick. Replaced. It has that pixel art style that I really like. That seems to be kind of making a comeback. Replaced reminded me a lot of Anno Munonium, which is a pixel art game with a girl with like a sword, and it's like in a very cyberpunk looking world. But Replace has some of the action and the combat in it looked so cool, like something you would see in a movie. FC, I'll get to my score at the end, man. But it's I like Replaced. I think that one's also said. Let me check my notes again. Day one in Game Pass, yeah. So that's another one I'll be playing for certain. Are you playing Replaced, Forte?
Yes, I am. It looks phenomenal.
Cool. There was Grounded, with a funny trailer from Obsidian be killing these trailers, man. I didn't record Grounded, of course, because you know flashbacks.
Oh, you should go see what I said in the Iron Lords live stream yesterday.
It must have been some kind of insinuation that y'all gonna try to get me to play Grounded again.
I say exactly what I said. I was like, yo, I said, Kyle, we gotta find a way to get Slovo to play Grounded again.
Yeah, I'm not playing Grounded ever again. I'm not
playing Honey, I Shrunk the Kids again.
No, I'm done. I'm good. I'm all good. No, but it's a funny trailer. Like Obsidian makes the best trailers.
Job with the trailer.
Yeah. The next one, and I didn't record it. Among Us coming to Game Pass, which is,
15 players.
It's what?
15 players.
Among Us is 15 players now.
Yeah, 15 players.
Oh, I gotta get with the homies and play this again.
That's what I was like. They said 15 players. Oh man,
that's wild.
That was the biggest part of that was the reason the update was. It was 15 players now.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, what was it before? 9 at the most, or was it 8?
It was 8. I think no. 10. 10 was the most
10
before.
10 with 2 imposters.
2 imposters.
Now you have 3 imposters.
Yeah, that works. I like that. That makes it more interesting, a little bit more fun. Yeah, I gotta try Among Us again. I haven't played Among Us in a really, really long time. Okay, so this I did record this one because I liked what I saw from this RPG I'm gonna butcher this name. Absolutely,
It was
butchered it.
Iodine
Chronicles. Yeah, Chronicles. It was like 2 games, I think.
Yeah, 2 games. Yeah, 2022 and 2023.
Right, and so I kind of wish they were coming out this year, but I really liked what I saw from those. I'm gonna give them a shot. Now, sometimes with these RPGs, the stories be off the wall, and I'll be like, yo, I can't get with it sometimes, but I like the art style. I like the also these kind of games are usually typically longer, so you can add more into the story, more into developing the game overall. Oh, the background environments look great too. I like the way they kind of mixed in.
It reminds you of the Octopath Traveler.
Yeah. I like the way they added the 3D mix of like a 3D background with the pixel art kind of characters, superimposed over top of it. That looks really good.
It looks good, yeah.
Yeah, so there's Iodine Chronicle, 100 Heroes, and then there's another one. There's like 2 of them, I think. So it's like
it's
one comes out next year, the other one comes out 2023. So those are pretty cool. There is the Ascent. I didn't record the Ascent because I got a ton of the Ascent recordings. Let me go find.
It was only like a.
It's actually the same trailer that they've been showing.
They showed before,
but the Ascent comes out like next month, right? So
yeah, next month, July 23rd, I believe, or July 19th. One of those 2.
Okay, yeah. I'm playing the Ascent. Like I need to know who else is playing that game because I'm playing the Ascent definitely.
I'll play it with you.
All right, I'm holding you to that because you know how you are.
No, I mean it's a new game. I mean we could jump in there day one. We could probably stream it too.
Yeah, I'm down for that, man. Age of Empires 4. And first, let me give a shout out to Death Singer, right?
Death Singer was right.
Yeah, FC Violent, cool. Yeah, FC. If you down for the Ascent as well, I'll hit you up. FC said that they were going to show this and that the game was coming out this year, and I was like, I don't know, bro, I don't know, man, but he was right. They showed it and it's coming out this year. I'm actually like in August. Did they say it was August?
August 19th.
Yeah. So this is another one that I'll probably jump into. I like these games, and Age of Empires 4. Like I visually, you don't really see many of these games looking like that. Like this visually looks really, really good compared to what you typically see from them. So I think the last one of these I played was man, I forgot the name of it. I played it on Steam. It was all right. It was just I had some issues with a couple of the options they had. But anyway, regardless, this one looks like, for those who like these kind of games, because there's mostly the people who are going to play this are going to play it on PC. I can't imagine how this is going to run on the Xbox. I'm pretty sure of course you're going to be able to connect your a mouse and keyboard to your Xbox and play it, but on controller, I have no idea how they're going to try to make that work. But.
Yeah, well, they kind of been working towards that with games like Tactics and Halo Wars, but RTSs are on a whole nother level.
Okay, FC says it's not on Xbox. Well, that makes sense then. And this goes.
It says right there. It says Game Pass PC only.
Game Pass PC only. Look, this goes back to what I was saying before about Game Pass is the platform. Like it's not the Xbox console that they focus on. It's Game Pass. Xbox, some stuff just won't be there or won't be there at launch, like Gears Tactics wasn't there at launch. Microsoft Flight Simulator is finally going to show up on Game Pass on Xbox later this summer. Sometimes some stuff is just going to be PC exclusive for a little period of time, and they're going to usually be these kind of games that resonate with the PC community, but not with the Xbox community, and it is what it is. That makes total sense. They probably need more time to make sure that this works well on a console, and that it is what it is,
Santi says the Ascent is showing some false advertising. The game is a hardcore RPG, but every trailer makes it look like a twin stick shooter. I'm looking forward to it though. Looks fire.
Yeah, I love my RPGs. I could see him, understand him feeling that way. It's still going to be a game I'm copping though, and I'm definitely going to check it out. Next one was the best trailer in the entire show. The absolute best trailer in the
Forza?
show. No, Outer Worlds 2.
This was first of all, it was funny because they literally the satire and the way that they made fun of all of the things that happened in the trailers. Like,
I love
we got
it.
a beautiful landscape and we're gonna show lens flare.
Yeah, check out this animal. Now he's dead. Like
He said, check out this animal. Will it be in the game? No. Say goodbye to it forever.
Which is hilarious because that's kind of what Playground Games did with Fable, with the fairy. That's clearly not going to be in that.
You ate the fairy.
Yeah,
man, it was
I'm
so
saying,
funny. Here's the hero that is a
slow
just
motion
a silhouette.
slow motion combat to make it look really.
Designing them yet.
It's great. It was great. Look, whoever writes their trailers, like they're in their bag, man. They got it. They get the gaming community. Look, when they did the trailer last year for Grounded, after Grounded's reveal, and everybody was like, "The hell is this? This ain't what I want Obsidian for." Their very next trailer was like, "From the people who make games, there are nothing like this." I was like, "Wow." That's exactly what everybody's been saying. It's like, it's smart. It's really smart. And Obsidian, look, man, they until I see otherwise, they might be Xbox's best first party developer, I think. They're solid. They always deliver. And no, that their games aren't 90 rated like Playground Games' games, but we don't know how Fable is going to turn out. And what we do know about Obsidian is Obsidian.
Let me ask you something, Slow-Mo.
Mm-hmm.
You said this is the best trailer here, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't show you anything.
Exactly, and that I said it on Twitter.
But why aren't you?
Because they're funny and they acknowledged that they didn't show you anything. That's why I liked it. They didn't try to act. They tried to
transparently and say our game ain't nowhere near ready, but we're just showing you something just to whet the appetite.
Yes, look, if you are honest about it and you can make fun of yourself, I got no problems with you.
So you gotta bring the smoke to yourself in order to bring out a game and show it this early. If you ain't gonna show gameplay, you a freaking fool, bro.
Exactamundo. If you're gonna do a teaser trailer, make fun of yourself. I'm good with you after that. The next one was Microsoft Flight Simulator, which looked amazing, but I don't know if what they showed us. I'm about to pull it up now. I don't know if what they showed us was running on Xbox Series X.
Didn't they say 4K 60 at the beginning of the trailer?
At the beginning, I don't. Look, I'm looking at it now. I don't remember seeing that. Look, that game on PC, it brings every PC to its knees, bro. Like, I've seen 39 benchmarks of the 3090, and so like typically when you look at YouTube channels,
it says captured in real time on Xbox Series X in
Okay.
4K.
Nice.
At the beginning of the trailer, so they're saying this is.
So
Xbox
I know they're
gameplay.
using cloud, like they're using Azure to kind of like bring in the assets from like whatever the pictures of things that are out there. I forgot how Asobo does it, but freaking amazing, great job, Asobo. That looks good. That looks good. Now
It's the best looking game that's out.
Yeah,
I mean,
I do
'cause
wonder
it's
what the
ultra-realistic.
settings are at, because I've seen benchmarks. Like I watch a lot of YouTube channels that do PC benchmarks for graphics cards, and I've seen the 3090 run this when it like right around it first came out. And typically what happens is like you see like the hardest games to run, like Cyberpunk. Used to be the Division 2, because Division 2 was really demanding. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is extremely demanding. Don't know why, but like in Flight Simulator, you will see these games get benchmarked because they're the hardest games to run, and so they would want to show people like this is what the limits of what this card is doing. And I've seen a lot of them like struggling to hit 60. 3090 I think barely does 60 frames per second on this game. So I wonder where once people like Digital Foundry and BG Tech and Candyland get their hands on it when it comes out on Series X, like what they're saying the settings are in comparison to PC and all that stuff. That's going to be really, really interesting to see. He says it can't run on my PC. It's 30 frames, but it has to be LOL period. I haven't tried to play Flight Simulator. This thing will put me to sleep.
Wait, how did you skip the most important part of this trailer and not record it?
What was that?
Top Gun Maverick.
Oh yeah, I did turn because they did one of those one more thing things, and I thought it was done. And then they hit you with a one more thing in the Maverick, your Top Gun. I was like, oh wow, they brought Top Gun in there.
Man, they look so good being flying from an aircraft carrier. They added jets to Flight Sim.
Right, there we go. So Victor Allison says they're using Bing Map. It would be 30 frames per second, but with VRR, TVs will go higher. Okay. Yeah. You look, it's Flight Simulator, man. I'm not playing.
No, it's great. It's a good looking game, bro.
It looks good. I just
I love Flight Sim. I love Top Gun. I can't as soon as I saw that aircraft carrier, I was like, yo, they're adding jets to Flight Sim. This is gonna be crazy.
Okay. So now
buzz the tower.
Hold on.
Buzz the tower in our favorite state.
This is what I like to see. How I like to see games revealed.
No, this is the best
Forza. This is the best presentation. Forza Horizon 5. They did a in-engine trailer, and then right after that, they hit you with the actual gameplay. If Halo would have did this, I would have been
gameplay. No, it was gameplay the whole time, Slow-Mo. It was not. It was just because they had the they had the camera detached, and all of a sudden the cars just showed up in the scene.
We not rehashing this argument. We not.
No,
because you're not gonna get me to agree with you. I don't care. Look, did you see what they did? Did you see how Playground did their gameplay reveal? Did you see how they did that? That's how I wanted Halo to do that. Period.
I'm just letting you know that was all done in engine. Slow-mo.
I don't know what's going on with Forza Tech. I didn't think it was possible to make Forza look better than Forza Horizon 4 did, but they did it because this looks even better than Forza Horizon 4, dramatically, especially in the environment. The cars look the same, but it's the environment that looks just beautiful. Let me switch it to.
Shout out to FC Violent. You said that about multiplayer for Halo, and it was gameplay.
Here we go, FC. The capologist over here.
Let's go.
FC detached camera in engine. In engine is not running on any actual tech, any actual hardware that we actually would be playing on. Stop your capping. I don't want to see that. I want to see gameplay, okay? I don't want to see photo mode, detached camera running in theater mode. So kick rocks with that, bro.
He said Forza was running in photo mode, and then you saw those cars come into the picture.
Okay, this is Forza. You see this? You see with the HUD? You see the HUD, everything? That's a really nice photo mode they got there. That's not photo mode. That is actual gameplay. That is actual gameplay. I
very nice photo mode with replay features in it with a detached camera, like every other game that does it.
How was that a detached camera? This is the exact view that you would see when you play the game.
This is actually the game. But when they go to these landscape shots and they're just showing water water and skylines. That's a detached camera.
Dude,
and then all those
you
cars
do know
come
this
scooting
is
into the scene.
okay. So now, like, it's like the creative director shows up, and then when they go back, they do the same thing in the game. When you play Forza Horizon, oh god, you didn't play Forza 4. So anyway,
You play Forza 4. What are you talking about?
barely did. Anyway, the very first part of Forza Horizon 4, when they show you what the seasons are like, they do the same thing they do here, where they show you the environment and then the camera slides into you playing. It's the same exact thing. This is why I know this is gameplay, because I played Forza Horizon before, and that's how they do it. Whenever you go to a new season in Forza Horizon 4, they show you the landscape. It looks all pretty, and then the camera drifts on into you playing, which is different than what they showed for Halo Infinite multiplayer. If you don't like that I told you the truth, I'm sorry. This is a reality check for you.
I thought I didn't know what I was saying when I sat there and said I know what gameplay looks like from a detached camera when they're playing a game and it's actual in-game gameplay.
You brought up,
you were like, "Oh no, Forte, that's not." But you just said the same thing.
That's not what you said.
Looks like.
That's not what you said. By the way, that mural looks awesome.
No, that mural looks really good, bro.
This whole game looks insane. Oh, okay. So we should probably talk about this earlier today.
FC Violet said someone's just capping. Yep.
No, FC is capping over there. Stay in your lane, FC.
No, that was Replicant that said that, not FC.
Replicant.
What's up, Mom? I'm sorry that we're still let's be for real. We haven't argued in the last 30 minutes. It's just as soon as so Nautical was right.
Luca is trolling. Nautical was not right at all. In-engine gameplay is not in-game.
Halo was in-engine gameplay.
Is that,
you just hate now?
Y'all don't understand. You know what? I'm not doing this with people. In-engine is not in-game. In-engine is not running on any hardware that you console peasants play. So stop talking to me about in-engine.
He's calling people names now. Console peasants. He calling people names now. He's in his feelings.
I'm in my. You know what? I'm moving on. Anyway, Forza. They said this is coming out in November, right?
November 9th.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to play this. It's still okay. Let's get to some of the controversy that people are talking about on Twitter about this. So. There is the only way to play this 4K on the Xbox Series X is at 30 frames per second. Did you hear that?
Yes, it's next gen only.
Well, yeah, it's now on Xbox One, right? I know that.
It's next gen, yeah, I think it's.
But
they
said for 4K.
X only.
Well, I don't remember seeing that. Regardless,
I don't know,
regardless. If you want to play it in 4K, you cannot play it at 30 frames per second. So I do wonder what the 60 frames mode, the performance mode, the 60 frames per second, like what's going to be the target resolution and what is going to be the graphical settings at, because like higher graphical settings at 4K resolution, but 30 frames per second. I'm not playing a racer at 30 frames per second. Like I don't know anyone who would want to do that.
No, I wouldn't either.
Now, regardless, I'm playing it on PC.
120 though. Can't Forza Horizon 4 get up to 120
on
at
Xbox?
1440p? I think it's 120 at 1440p, isn't it?
On this, what you mean on the Series X?
On the Series X.
I don't know, but was that an update? Because I
think that was the update for it.
Because I thought it was capped on.
They did a.
So they did a backwards compatibility patch that did it.
They did, yeah.
All right, well, but then that game doesn't look like this game.
Oh, it doesn't look like
this.
That's why I think it's gonna. I don't know. Who knows what the resolution is gonna be? Don't care. I'm gonna play at whatever the 60 frames per second mode is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm playing it on PC, so I could play the 4K 60 if I want. But I'm probably going to do it. I'm probably going to do it at 2K ultra settings and 120. But regardless, like I'm gonna play this on PC. That's gonna be the best version of it anyway.
I do think this game is cross-gen. I just think when they did their promotions on on the showcase, they just put up Xbox Series X, and PC. I think it is still cross-gen though. Until Microsoft officially comes out and says this isn't cross-gen.
Yeah, I mean they did say they were supporting last gen until 2022, so that would make sense. And
but the game looks so good. Who knows?
It ain't gonna look like this on no Xbox One X. I know that's for that damn sure. You ain't gonna see it looking like anywhere close to this. And
it's definitely not. Look at that ray tracing on top of that hood, slow-mo. Looks so good.
Oh, there was something else about the ray tracing. There's no ray tracing in gameplay or something like that. I have to double check.
It's only in
photo mode.
Force Division.
It's only in what?
Forza Vista. That's what they call it. Forza Vista. It's their showroom.
That's the only place they have ray tracing.
Only place. But this looking good.
It looked good. It looks good.
It looked good, bro.
But I mean, damn.
Just because it don't have ray tracing in game, slow-mo doesn't change the fact. Look,
I'm not saying it don't look good.
10, now ain't no ray tracing in game.
Well, what? I mean, I wasn't giving the show a 10 anyway. But like, still, this
game.
Oh no! I mean, look, it's Playground Games. This is going to probably rate higher. What did Forza Horizon 4 rate? Like 92?
Like 90 something, yeah.
Yeah, this will probably be higher.
But you know
than
what this was? This is more of a flex, bro. That's what this was.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All this gameplay was a flex, but it does show the promise of what Fable could look like. Because if they can pull off this in this open world, like granted, it's Forza, it's cars, it's not the hardest thing to do. But I kind of want I want to dispel that a little bit, because some people think like just because it's cars, it's easier to do. They have more cars on the track than they've ever had before at one time, showing you in game. So normally they only have 1 or 2 or 3 cars. You're seeing 5, 6, 7 cars inside your field of view at any time. And I think that it shows very well that they can craft this experience. I'm really looking forward to what those visuals and Fable are going to look like after seeing this.
All right, now I moved on to the last game that they showed, which is Redfall, which is the new game. This is what the people were calling Project Omen last week. And Redfall is a 4-player co-op first-person shooter with vampire themed. And I'm telling you, this I said before on Twitter that this is giving me Borderlands vibes, and here's why. 1, it's a first-person shooter like Borderlands, but 2, the humor is there. Not quite Borderlands humor, but you see like with the trailer, the kind of the humor and the way they did the trailer. But look at the characters. Lucas says, "Why do I not have an invite to your DPS? This is it's not really DPS Discord. It's my Discord. But Luca, I'll give you an invite. Give me a second.
I'll send it to her.
I think that this game. Here's the reason why I said that it reminds me of Borderlands. The black girl with the powers. She reminds me of a siren. She has very similar like siren like abilities. The one guy with the sniper rifle with the hoodie and the bird, that's Mordecai. I mean, it's almost a copy of Mordecai, because Mordecai has skill sets for snipers. He's got a bird, and I'm just like, this is so much like the other girl reminds me of like your soldier type, like you're rolling with a lot of guns. And yeah, this is so much like that. Now, that's not a negative at all. I love Borderlands. Love me some Borderlands. So getting a kind of Borderlands style game from a different developer, that's right down my alley. So I really enjoyed what I saw. But this is no gameplay. So we don't know what the gameplay really is going to look like. I'm interested in what they showed with the theme, the characters, the setting, but without gameplay, it still can't really be like, I'm definitely copping this, because I don't know how it plays. Like if it looked, if the gameplay looked janky, then that would be a whole different story. But we have to see. Forte, what did you think about Redfall?
It was weird. I think a lot of people were kind of miffed why they ended it on that. I feel like they probably could have reversed them and did Redfall first and did Forza last, because I think Forza showing the way that they showed, especially with the way that they showed off the game, probably would have been a better way to close off the show. But I'm not going to be mad at them showing us a new IP and showing us exactly, like, you know, no gameplay or anything like that, but they did show a lot of what the powers and stuff can be. They did go over some of the comedic humor that's going to be in the game and stuff. It's a co-op game, so I think that's going to be kind of par for the course for especially going into Game Pass. They want as many people to be in the funnel as humanly possible. And
I mean,
the best way
that
to do
little
that
robot could be like Claptrap, except it doesn't talk.
exactly.
It doesn't talk. You know, Claptrap's funny, you know, but like, but it just seems like it seems like they definitely looked at Borderlands like, we want to capture this feel and put it into like our spin on it, Arcane spin on it, and I think that can definitely work. You know, we see what they're doing with Deathloop, and Deathloop's gunplay looks really good. Looks better than what you would see from most studios. So I'm really interested in this one. I just kind of wish I saw gameplay, but it's coming out summer next year, so I do think that we're going to see gameplay before this year is up. Like, I don't think they will go into next year without showing us gameplay of this game, because a lot of the published Bethesda games, they don't do the typical rollout where it's like you don't even see anything from the game at all, or even know it exists until E3, and then they say coming out this fall, like 4 months later. They only do that for Bethesda Game Studios. The published games, they usually have a more typical marketing that you see from other studios, where you will see a trailer like this, and then the next time you see it, it may be a little bit more information on the trailer, or some gameplay, some actual gameplay. Hopefully what we would be getting next is actual gameplay, but I'm definitely interested in this, because anything that reminds me of Borderlands is something I'm definitely going to cop.
Victor Alessine says they wanted to open and close with a Bethesda game to let people know they are under Xbox. And no, that actually might be the reason they did that. And I'm not saying this was a bad move. I'm just saying, you know, the one criticism I probably would have of the show is you kind of left it kind of flat-footed. Because I mean, it's cool to like, if you were to show a new IP with gameplay, like, and this is the part I'll agree with Slow-Mo on, if you're going to show a new IP as your one more thing, it needs to either be something that people already know, so they already got an understanding of what the game can be and what the game is about, or it needs to be a game that's showing gameplay of that game to kind of let people know it. But like I said, I'm just happy they showed something like this. It was a surprise, because a lot of people were running what this Omen game was going to be, and it was it was
pretty spot on. Like, people said it was going to be about vampires. It is about vampires.
No, it's very fat on. Fact on where people say it's going to be about that. I just think overall, just some people just were like kind of. And I also think some people got their excitement levels up, because once they put Halo at the middle of the show, and they put
at that point you knew you were going to get something new,
different.
As the last thing, because that's typically how it turns out. There's always that one more thing at the end, you know.
Yeah, but I liked it. I liked it. I'm definitely really interested. I don't know what it I mean, it's going to be I don't know if it's going to be first person, third person. Is it going to be?
It already says it's a first person shooter.
Oh, it is a first person shooter. Okay.
Yeah, it's first person.
I'm a fan of Arcane,
co-op.
so
yeah,
I'm a fan of Arcane. So I think the game is. I've been looking for something, you know, ever since Dishonored. So this is right up that alley.
Right, so let's go ahead and talk about how we felt about the we can talk about how we felt about the show overall, and then wrap up. My score for the show is an 8 out of 10. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I said my tweet that I talked about how I felt about the entire show was where is it at? Man, why my notifications are ridiculous right now?
They coming for you, bro.
I don't know. No one's coming for me. Nobody comes for me. Okay. No. Look.
Calling you.
I said Xbox Bethesda Showcase. My pros: excellent pacing, and I'll reiterate that again. This is the best paced show that Xbox has ever done. It might be the best paced show, period.
Check your Twitter DM real quick.
All right, give me a second.
And let me know if you want to announce that.
Bet. Yeah, we can talk about this now. So this Thursday on Game & Forte's channel, DPS Podcast episode 39, we're going to have 2 special guests. The first special guest is someone that you guys are well aware of and has been on before. Actually, both of them have been on before, but the first one is going to be Rand Al Thor. He'll be joining us to discuss everything that's gone on with E3 this week and anything else that may pop up before Thursday. And we're also going to have Jeff Grubb from Venture Beat and Games Beat back on once again. We had him on a few weeks ago. Had a great time with him. He's an awesome dude. We're going to have him back on as well. So definitely check us out Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern on Game & Forte's channel. That'll be DPS Podcast. And I got one of my kids here. So let me just, Forte, you go ahead and let everyone know what you thought about the show and your score, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, cool. It's going to be a great time on DPS, man. Shout out to Jeff and Rand for coming through. I know there's some busy individuals this week, but for myself, when it comes to the show, I gave it a 10 out of 10 because I feel like the value proposition that Xbox has given you, 3 out of the 27 games that were shown at this press conference were only paid for. The rest of them were all inside the Game Pass, so the value proposition is there. And yes, I do count that as part of the score because that is something that a lot of people, hey, when I go to the store and go to my bank account, I'm like, yo, I don't even have to pay for all this stuff because I already have Game Pass. You just got to have your subscription up to know. And then I just like the pacing of the show. The pacing of the show was unlike anything that Xbox has ever had before. It was minimum conversations, minimum theatrics. The people that came out, which was P. Hines came out, Shannon Loftus, Sarah Bond came out, Phil Spencer came out at the very end. It was very, very well paced, and I think that they did a really good job in representing what the Xbox community wanted to see. Now, of course, I wish we would have seen more gameplay, but I also know that there's more events coming up, and I just think that overall, this show itself stood head and toes above everything else that they've ever done when it comes to the presentation side of it. And I think that has a lot to do with Bethesda, because that's the one thing we can never take away from Bethesda is that they do know how to put on a show. It might be kind of buggy and things might come out of their mouths that people don't like, but the overall presentation of the show is usually on point. And I think Xbox definitely leaned into their thought process on that. So I gave it a 10 out of 10. Could easily have been a 9 out of 10. It really just comes down to how you feel about the announcements of gameplay versus no gameplay. And I think we saw significant amounts of gameplay in these games to like kind of give you the idea of what they are going to be versus what we knew not even 24 to 48 hours ago.
Yeah. Let's see. So you wait on. My bad. I was doing a bunch of things.
You're good.
What did you say your score was?
Same thing I said before. 10 out of 10. I ain't changed. 24 hours didn't change my opinion.
Okay. I disagree, but you know.
Okay, you can have your 20 basis points lower than me.
Oralimus says there's a Forza Horizon deep dive going on right now. Yeah, I do need to go because I got kids in my face, and I got I got work that needs to be done, so I won't be able to go take a look at that. I'll check it out later, but I appreciate you letting me know about that, Erodimus. I don't agree with this 10 out of 10.
I know you don't.
But this is what I would say about the show. Again, as I said, excellent pacing, the best paced show that Xbox has ever had, whether that's through Bethesda's influence or that was something that they organically got to the point of realizing how they needed to do it. But they kept the stuff out that people didn't want to see, and it was literally like game after game after game shown. That was perfect. Some of the indie games looked really interesting. I really liked what I saw from Somerville. I liked what I saw from Atomic Heart. Those replaced, like, those games look like the kind of stuff that I'm always interested in trying and playing, and I'm definitely going to hit those. Redfall reminds me of Borderlands, like I said, which is a massive plus for me. I love me some Borderlands. Redfall looks like it's going to be based off of just the themes and the kind of characters, the archetypes of those characters, and how they're trying to design the game based off of what we know now. That all resonates with me. I just wish I saw gameplay, which I'll get into in the cons. And then Forza Horizon 5 just looks absolutely beautiful and was shown really, really, really well. Now, my cons is that the most anticipated games didn't have gameplay. So we didn't see gameplay from Starfield. And that was literally, like, I think probably the most anticipated game coming into the show. And we got a teaser trailer. I thought that was a con. I feel like if you didn't have, if you're not ready to show gameplay, don't. But if for that game, I feel like they could have just held off. I think without Starfield, it still is a really, really good show. So I didn't think it was necessary. And Halo didn't show the way I wanted it to show, which we've been over with a gazillion times already. But all that said, my score comes out as an 8 out of 10, which is probably the highest I've ever rated one of Microsoft's Xbox shows.
It's a great score, though, bro.
It is a great score because it was a really, really, really good show, and I enjoyed it, and I'm glad it happened because so far, outside of Devolver Digital, none of the other E3 shows have been good. So, Victor Alstein in the chat says it was a Game Pass show and it achieved what it set out to do, sell you the service. So I think Forte is right. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Look, it was a Game Pass show, but we knew that ahead of time. We knew that the vast majority of what they would show would be featuring and pushing Game Pass, because that's their platform now. That's what their platform is about. It's not about the Xbox console. It's not about PC. It ain't about mobile or xCloud.
Yeah.
All that stuff is everything is a supporting hardware, service, or software for Game Pass. That is the platform. That is their everything. And so, of course, everything that they show is going to be something that either is going to be in Game Pass at launch, coming to Game Pass eventually, or will be in Game Pass at some point, in time. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm going to head on out of here. Again, as we said, come check us out on DPS Podcast this Thursday. Randolph Thor, Jeff Grubb here with the homie Forte and myself on Gaming Forte's channel, 9 p.m. Eastern on this Thursday. Forte, anything else you want to say before we get up out of here?
Nah, man. E3. It's still early in the week. We still got a bunch of stuff to see today. We got Nintendo tomorrow. We got stuff that's going to be happening throughout the weekend. We're going to be getting these little breakout news articles about all of these games that we saw at Xbox, and there's going to be more and more information. So just enjoy this week, man. Play games, enjoy this week. If you're playing Ratchet & Clank, keep playing it. It's great. And I got a couple videos coming out today. My thoughts on the Halo stuff, my thoughts on Battlefield. Your boy is about to literally have 3 videos out in 2 days, and it hasn't happened in a long time. So,
right? Yeah. I need to upload some
yeah.
videos
So definitely
too.
go check out the content when it pops up and stuff. If you haven't followed me, Gaming Forte on YouTube, Twitter, Xbox Live, PlayStation. And man, I hope to see all of you guys for DPS. We might stream something later. I don't know yet. Just depends on. I might stream some Ratchet & Clank. I might stream some Battlefield 5. I don't know. It just depends what's going on. And Stalker was the best game that they showed at this reveal, gameplay wise, because it was fire. But yeah, guys, have a good week and enjoy the rest of E3.
Yep. I'm also probably going to do some deep dives as I tend to do on some of the indie games that they showed. So I just gotta get some more information about the developers, their process with the games, and once I get enough relevant information that I feel is good enough for a video, I will get that out there to you guys. So look out for that. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday afternoons. I know it's Monday, so first day of the week, typically the worst. But hope we had a good enough show for you guys to enjoy yourselves on a typically boring day. But have a good one, and y'all take care, man. Peace.
Peace.